just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
So I can see February can't chase the days away. Yeah, away. to what they say. Save yourself for another day. This one's coming, it's gone to the wind again. Yeah, again. Again. Just listen and make amends. You've been down for as long as you've ever been. This weighs up, but you're down again. It's just like you to pull off what you thought you couldn't think today. The lost stranger, the wonder familiar face. Broken hearts made of pieces that shake. I've had one too many of them. So now we greet. Just like snow castle, on we drift to the edge. Just like snow castle, on we drift to the edge. Just like snow castle, on we drift to the edge. Just like snow castle, on we drift to the edge. Just like snow castle, on we drift to the edge.
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right.
Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you?
ho, do you need anything like I need you? Let's go. Do you need, thank you, Elf, anything like I need you? So ho, do you need anything like I need you? Oh, dude, I'm gonna have a pork chop here at the beginning of stream. A little basmati rice. Just so you know, I've not eaten yet today. I've been living on green tea and Rockstar, which is actually not that uncommon for me. Let's go! But now, we're gonna have a pork chop. Oh. Yo, yo, oh, oh, oh. Let's go. All right. Oh yeah. Do. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Dude, fucking, the Mariners lost again, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on with my fucking baseball team, dude? They just can't get the magic, right? Like, I know. The Mariners win when Jenny makes omelets. You've been restricted for about a week. You've been restricted? Restricted for what, Elf? Restricted for food? For baseball? Dude. Fucking A. Good morning. Let's go. No, Jenny makes omelets, and the Mariners often win. All right, so let me look at my bookmarks. There's a lot of shit that we're gonna cover. I want to talk about this Biden guy. We may look at some of this Candace Owens shit. I don't know if we'll get to that today. Dude, Hunter Biden is going on Tucker Carlson, right? We're definitely gonna look at some of this Andrew Tate shit, okay? Dude, is this, what the fuck is going on, dude, with the top G? Dude, these people are so bizarre. That AI with what? AI with whose wild hair? Dude, Trump on the Barbie, for sure. Dude, the Tate shit is going crazy, right? We're going to look at the Taylor Swift, and then we're going to look at a few little, like, MAGA hogs bits. Oh, all right, we already looked at that. Dude, we definitely have some things to cover tonight. Dude, here's the thing about the Tate stuff that is wild, all right? The Tate stuff is... The Tate stuff is fucking, like, there's like a level of propaganda, okay, that is increasing, that is very weird, where a bunch of accounts that are like pro-Tate are outright lying about what's going on. So that is really curious to me. There seems to be some sort of like particular PR campaign that's happening. An astroturfing that we're going to look at. Now, somebody mentioned Hunter. The Hunter Tucker thing is disturbing, guys. Okay? You know, I have had my reservations about Hunter Biden. Okay? You know this.
Hold on. I need a little pork chop. It runs deep, guys. I'm telling you, he has been going, he went on Tucker to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and everybody about how it's nice that they're finally coming around. And I am calling this right now. I think Hunter Biden is going to fuse with Tucker Carlson. You watch. You fucking watch. Okay? And we are going to look at one of Joe Biden's close advisors who got into it with Hasan and some other people on the internet today. Joe Biden's inner circle is like fused with Trump's. Okay? Biden and Trump, like literally, you know how Joe Biden wore the hat, the MAGA hat? You know how Joe Biden like kept fucking Kamala Harris over? I swear to you, it's weird, but some of Joe Biden's advisors are partners in a lobbying group that is run by one of Trump's biggest donors. This shit is like swamp DC class. Okay, now I think Hunter Biden is going to. I would not be surprised if he tries to be the new populist, like anti-MAGA, anti-far left guy. Okay, if that happens, fuck the Bidens. For me, guys, already, I already feel like fuck the Bidens. Okay, I do. I feel like fuck the Bidens, okay? And for me, guys, it was the way Biden behaved in the run-up to that election with the disconnection from the party, the arrogance, the lies. He was lying about his condition, and then he fucked Kamala Harris over continuously with the MAGA hat, and then her ellipse speech where he said shit. He was always showing up and fucking over Kamala Harris. He fucking absolutely genocided the fuck out of the Middle East. And then at the very end of this, after all of his talk, Biden's about how dangerous Trump is and this, that, and the other fascism, then he's like, welcome home to Trump. The day Trump arrives at the White House, dude, fuck Biden's. Okay, fuck that entire family. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I mean, I think Hunter, I like that he runs his mouth, and I think he's quirky as an entertainment vehicle, but there's no fucking way. Hunter in politics, I don't trust him. Dude, Elf, let's go! Dude, let's go, Elf! Dude, take off! I'm sure Jenny makes great pork chops, but I can make a great grilled pork chop. My grandma had the best baked pork chops ever. But dude, Jenny doesn't cook pork chops for me, guys. I made these, right? I make these. But I bet your grandma does have a good pork chop recipe. Let's fucking go. Dude, let me get the dance party goal started. Dude, Elf is fucking kicking it off, baby. Let's go. Like again, dude, I look at Hunter Biden and I think he's entertaining and lippy and fun as like a feisty influencer and shit, telling people to fuck off. But dude, I don't trust him. Okay? I don't trust him. He went on Candace Owens and he lied. He fucking lied. He said, oh, my dad's not part of the DC elite. Oh, they treated my dad so bad, the Democrats did. Dude, he is like anti-Democrat party. Okay? And Joe Biden is not fucking a left-winger by any means. He was friends with racists. Okay? Joe Biden was firmly ensconced in the deepest levels of the DC elite. He may not have been an Epstein Island guy, but he was certainly in the crowd of people protecting them. Okay? For sure, dude. You know? And in fact, he was like the old racist white guy attached to Obama to make Obama palatable to middle America. Dude, yeah, fuck the Bidens. Fuck the Biden family, dude. I'm sorry. If that makes you mad, that's fine. You can be mad at me, but fuck that family, dude. It's another Nepo family that are totally the Epstein class. Corporate, Zionist, CIA adjacent, you know, they're the kind of people that if one of their kids did a hit and run that killed somebody, they would fucking, the feds would be out there like hustling the kid away and covering that shit up like the Kennedys, you know? And I'm just tired. I'm tired of the Bidens, the Clintons, the Trumps, the Bushes, the Kennedys. Like all of those old money families can fuck off, dude. Okay, I know Biden was like a poor kid from Scranton and shit, but he became part of the fucking corporate elite, guys. Okay, he did. All right. What will I have to say when Biden passes? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dude, you know, I'm not like when Biden like moves on to that next adventure, I'm not going to be particularly broken up. I never liked the guy. Okay? I like protest voted for him in 2020 simply because I didn't want Trump to win. But dude, I never liked Joe Biden. I hated him when he was the vice president with Obama. I fucking hated him when he was the fucking president, right? Like watching Joe Manchin sink everything and he's like, oh, we tried to get it. It's like, dude, I never liked the guy. Okay, he was friends with racists, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? He was like buddy with Strom Thurmond and all those fucking Dixiecrats. Like, fuck that. I would have never been friends with those guys. Dude, fuck Joe Biden, okay? Seriously, fuck Joe Biden, okay? That was a protest vote. I never fucking liked the guy. He was funny sometimes when he was telling people, you know, like stupid son of a bitch and shit. He was funny and had a little bit of charm, you know, in like that old school fucking sort of grandfatherly, like old school dude kind of way. But, you know, I never liked the guy. Pick on him? Dude, first off, I don't have to pretend I like someone because they have cancer, right? Like, give me a fucking break. And I don't know how decent he was, Frank Stolar. I honestly don't know how decent he was. If Fauci's held in contempt, you'll donate $1,000. Let's go. Dude, yeah. I mean, my thing is this, right? Is I don't know how decent Biden was because he hung out with racists. He fucking was like whatever super congressman while all his kids were struggling after like the death of his wife. You know what I'm saying? And like there have been accusations against Biden of like, you know, not the greatest conduct, of him kind of being an asshole when he was younger. And he certainly had no problem funding, you know, bombs, killing fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? He had no problem funding bombs in the Middle East. You know, so fuck Joe Biden. And fuck you too, boss. Okay? Right? Seriously. You, fuck you, boss. Fuck you too. Dude, get shit on. There you go. Let's go. Cry me a river. Go to Biden's house. I don't fucking care. Dude, I don't have to fucking pretend I like somebody just because they're dying. We're all gonna die. Give me a break. You heard Joni Ernst. No, I mean, guys, for me, you've heard me say this before. I hold Joe Biden fully responsible for 2024. Fully responsible for 2024. Because he didn't drop out. He said he was only doing one term. Everybody around him was lying. He wasn't paying attention to his party. He wasn't paying attention to the caucus. He was fucking brain dead and arrogant and wouldn't listen to anybody. And him and his fucking wife fucked everything up. They fucked the whole party up. He fucked up the whole country. By the way, he never drew a red line with Netanyahu and fucking let Netanyahu murder all those fucking people. I mean, dude, he just literally, everything about 2024 was on Joe Biden's shoulders of being a terrible fucking arrogant leader who was obsessed with his own legacy and concerned about his own bullshit and not about the party, his fucking constituents, and the country. All right? And he pussed out in every possible way. He pussed out, he backed up, he fucking like gave up in every possible way. He's weak, okay? Weak and ineffective, right? And just fucking really fucked us. Really fucked us, man. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely fucked us. Dude, he did. Now, you ready for this? Now, I'm curious about Kamala Harris. I am, because I know that Kamala Harris was living in the shadow of Joe Biden and living in the shadow of Joe Biden's regime, and she didn't want people to turn on her when she was running for president, and her hands were tied. And I don't know, man. I'm curious to see what Kamala Harris does as a leader in the next couple of years and where she comes out publicly. You know, I'm intrigued, okay? I am genuinely intrigued. Dude, Walter, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. Because what I wonder, Zach, here you go, punk. F you, bye-bye. Fuck you, bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I'm curious about, guys, is if Kamala Harris is going to try to be a politician, try to like stride the middle of the fence, try to pull off some weird shit, right? Is she going to do that, or is she going to go fully to the left and become a warrior? Now, I'm not saying that would mean I would vote for her for president or anything, but I am curious if she will move to the left, like very far to the left, because she really does have a lot of things about her that are kind of far left. And yet she's also been a person of color in government that has always felt like she had to, you know, people of color in government sometimes feel like they have to stride a line if they want to go up. But now we're in an environment where you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to bend down in front of racists to fucking advance, you know? And so I don't know, man. I'm really intrigued, okay? I'm really intrigued what'll happen. Elf says, I don't hate Joe, but he made mistakes in real time. Let's go. Hey, guys, just so you know, hold on. I want to be very clear here. I don't hate Joe Biden, okay? I don't want you to think I hate Joe Biden, okay? I don't like him, but I don't hate him. I don't look at him and think like I look at Trump, okay? It's not something like that where I'm like, this is a despicable human with no redeeming qualities. There are a lot of things about Joe Biden's fucking moral makeup that I highly disagree with. And it's from his Catholicism and his old school, like, you know, he was a racist and he was trying to atone for it. But in his younger years, he was a fucking Southern racist, essentially. That was the crowd he hung out in. Okay, love you all, Jasons, right? But the guy, like, did us a solid. He won a very important election, and he fucking navigated us out of the pandemic. And so I am eternally grateful for Joe Biden's service, but that doesn't mean I have to pretend like I think he's a great man. because I think he did a great deed. And then I also think he overstayed his welcome, and his arrogance and the shit that like was problematic from the beginning, I think got the best of him in the end, right? But I don't hate him, okay? I just don't like him. I don't think he was a great leader. I really don't. I think he was a pretty decent president, and he did a good job navigating us through a hard time, but I don't think he was a good leader. Can we get a dance? Yeah, we're working on it, Elf. Right? And I mean, he wasn't racist like Nick Fuentes or Charlie Kirk is a racist, but he definitely, like, all of his close friends were fucking Dixiecrats, basically. So, you know what I'm saying? So and I mean, look at what his son's doing, you know what I'm saying? Look at what his son is doing. His son is like kowtowing to these weird America Firsters. Right? But I don't hate him, okay? I do not. I'm real thankful. I'm real thankful he got us through the pandemic, okay? I am. I'm real thankful he got us through the pandemic. And I'll give him that. But But, dude, yeah, I don't like him. Hunter isn't a politician. That's why you don't mind. All right, let's go. Dude, my thing is I am just done with these, like, I am done with these fucking crazy, I am done with these crazy, like, wealthy, old school, like, elite class families. I'm just tired of them, okay? I don't, like I said, no more Bushes, no more Kennedys, no more Bidens, no more Trumps, no more any of those things. You know what I'm saying? You know? Let's move on, because we're in a world of hurt. Dude, I mean, I'm sorry that you fucking don't like that I don't like Joe Biden, but, like, give me a fucking break, dude. I don't have to like that guy. Right? Come on, man. Which past presidents did I like? I haven't liked a lot of them. I liked Obama. I liked Clinton at the beginning of his term. I didn't like him so much at the end of his term. You know? I mean, I'll be honest, the only real presidents I have liked in the last 80 years are John F. Kennedy and Jimmy Carter, okay? And then Bill Clinton was pretty good. I mean, in the beginning, he was good in the beginning until he started lying about his personal life and fucking putting everybody in jail, his, like, over policing. But I thought Obama was pretty good, but I liked Jimmy Carter and I liked fucking JFK. But I mean, other than JFK and Jimmy Carter, like, man, I mean, think about it. Clinton was fucking hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, right? And I don't want to release Clinton from that thing. And Bill was cool, right? He played saxophone on Arsenio Hall. And, you know, we didn't know he was, like, palling around with Jeffrey Epstein at the time. But I liked Kennedy, Carter, and Obama, right? Obama was garbage. I liked Obama. I thought, I mean, I would have liked to have seen him go a little further left, but, you know, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to rate presidents, guys. You know, it's hard to rate presidents because they don't really they don't make the law, guys. You know what I'm saying? They don't make the law, okay? Presidents just, like, navigate and try to, like, influence Congress, right? Congress makes the law. And Obama, you know, had a good Congress for like 70 days, right? And then, you know, by Obama's second term, dude, his Congress was like, he was making concessions left, right, and sideways, you know? So it's hard. But I don't know, guys. Here's the thing, dude. Dude, look at this fuck nut. Dude, you don't even know how to spell Hasan's name right, boss. Jesus, later. Sorry. Right? You know what I mean? Dude, his name's not Hasan. It's, you know what's so crazy though, guys? You know what's so crazy? Is fucking how people like they obsess. Oh, right? Like I'll defend some shit about Hasan, and then everybody acts like I am like the biggest Hasan devotee on the planet. And first off, JG, just to let you know, my take on Sophie Cunningham is dead on. Okay, because here's the deal. Sophie Cunningham, her honest opinion is bullshit. Okay, because she's aware of how these anti-trans people are operating. She's taking pictures with all of these anti-trans people, and they're not really about women's sports, guys. They are funded by the Heritage Foundation and other think tanks. They are trying to eradicate trans existence. Sophie Cunningham is a liar. Okay? I don't care what her fucking opinion is about whatever. There are no men in women's sports. There've never been men in women's sports. That whole thing is an AstroTurf propaganda campaign. So if you utter the phrase men in women's sports, you're a fucking liar. Okay? You're spewing right-wing propaganda. And if you don't acknowledge that, then you're an idiot too. All right? So Sophie Cunningham is being a useful tool for the MAGA cult because she's a terrible basketball player and she's living in Caitlin Clark's shadow and she's trying to eke out some corner of fame for herself, all right? And it's going to blow up in her face too. It's going to end up haunting her. And she also has a TikTok where she posts shit that's like anti-immigration and like screw her, right? Screw her. If a bunch of transphobes start taking pictures with you and cheering you on and you don't disavow them, then you are with them. If there are 9 Nazis at your table and you don't get up and walk away or disavow all 9, then that table has 10 Nazis at it. Right? So, you know, there you go. My take on Sophie Cunningham is dead on. And don't give her a free pass just because you think it's hot, right? JG, it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter if she votes or endorses. Dude, look at this. You ready? Give me a fucking break, dude. Look at this shit. Hold on. Look at this. I'm going to show you right now. We are going to look at her. But let me find the photo here of Sophie. Where is it? I'm going to show you right now everything that's wrong with Sophie. Right here. Okay? This is Sophie Cunningham, right? With the 2 of the biggest anti-trans voices in America. She's posing with them. She's holding up the sign. She's basically doing PR materials for the anti-trans people, the biggest anti-trans people in America that are part of the hugely funded network that are attacking transgender existence. The minute she took this picture, she is them. I don't care who she endorses. I don't care what she says. If I go hang out with Donald Trump and take photos like this in Mar-a-Lago, I have now endorsed MAGA. Okay? Right? She's done. She's done, bro. Dude, she is, this is dirty, dude. Right? She is dirty. Dirty. JG, when you say, first off, JG, her opinion on keeping female sports ethical, you say man-free. Fuck off, JG. There's nothing to do with men and women's sports. All right, get out of my chat. You're an idiot. Sports are never going to not be man-free. Oh, no. You know what? You know who's trying to put men in sports? You fucking idiots, right? Royce White and the other loser basketball player that are clout chasing. Fuck you. Trans women aren't men. Fuck you. Get lost. Okay? Trans women are not men. If you say trans women, okay, trans women are not men. And if you say they are, fuck you. You're a transphobe. Get lost. All right? Fuck off. You fucking idiots. Transgender people have been in sports for 20 years. You never said shit. You didn't even know they were there. Okay? So give me a break. Oh, we got to keep sports. Oh, trans free. Shut the fuck up. They've been competing for 20 years. You never even knew. Nobody ever said anything because your mind is being melted with some bullshit. Right? Fucking, you're an idiot. Seriously, fuck off. Fuck Sophie Cunningham. Dude, these people, right? Nobody wants to put men in women's sports except for these transphobic weirdos. Yeah, it is pretty good. But see, that's just it, guys. Right? You see, it really is about these people. Their mission is to make it so trans women are men. That's their mission. Okay? They are trying to create a world where trans women are considered men. And they're not. And that world's never going to be created. Okay? And I mean, dude, it's fucking, it is like, when you look at it, okay? Here's the deal, guys. I don't care who you are. All right? Hold on. Okay? I don't care who the fuck you are. Right? Here we go. This is one of my favorite trans women right here. All right? This is Matilda Hogberg. I'm going to take you on a little journey, guys. All right? She lives in Sweden, so she lives in a world where she doesn't have to deal with this kind of ignorant bigotry. Okay? But like, dude, this is not a man. Okay? This is not a man. She could play women's basketball. She can do whatever. She has a vagina. This is not a man. I don't care what she was like when she was fucking born. All right? She's not a man. And if you follow her and you fucking get to know her life, you will see that she is not a man. There is nothing about her that is even remotely connected to manhood. Okay? And that's a fact. And there are millions, tens of millions of Matilda Hogbergs all over the planet. And then there are some trans women that aren't quite as feminine, okay? There are. The same way that there are cisgendered women that aren't quite as feminine, okay? I know plenty of cisgender women that have hairy arms, hairy lips, right? Some of them even have beards. My mom used to get like neck hair and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? There are like, and people trying to insist that trans women are men, which is what this entire sports thing is about. This entire sports thing has nothing to do with sports because there's never been any men in women's sports. There's never going to be a day where LeBron James is going to join a women's sports team. None of this shit has ever been a deal. Their whole mission is to insist that trans women are men. And they are not. And they want to prevent trans girls from transitioning. Okay? They want to prevent transgender people from having access to healthcare, from being able to have their identity. They want to make her carry an ID that has an M on it. Okay? Now, like I said, she lives in fucking Sweden. So she lives in a world where people aren't assholes like that. They're not a bunch of American Christian freaks that are obsessed with like fucking constantly being on trans people's asses. Okay? And it's like, you got to stop. And I mean, the same way, guys, hold on, let me go back and get these donos and then we'll reset the goal, right? All right, Elf said, I don't care about losing the gift subscription for your gaming buddy, but you still got subsidies. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Thank you, Elf. Dude, appreciate you, boss. We love it. I mean, the sub still counts. So the sub, even though that guy was being a weirdo, the sub still counts, boss. Absolutely. So that's always good. Stephanie said, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗪 Paula. I want to show you something else, guys. And because I'm tired of trans people being under attack. Lots of women who play hockey play better than men. Dude, Pinky, let's go. Guys, we got 2 minutes. We need 21 and 2. So if we're going to dance party, we got to go crazy. But like, guys, check this out. Okay, I want to show you now because, again, they're trying to pass these bathroom bills. And they're saying, oh, they're worried about trans women. Oh, they're making it seem like trans women are going to be dangerous to girls and this, that, and the other. But let me show you something, okay? Okay, I want to show you something right here. This is a trans man. Let's go. Let's get to 10. Let's go. Thank you, Elf. Pinky, let's go. This man has XX chromosomes, okay? Now, if a MAGA guy, if a MAGA bro is hanging out, fucking drinking a beer, and this dude walks into the bathroom after his little daughter goes into the bathroom, the MAGA dude is going to try to kick the shit out of this dude. And maybe he even gets killed. And if you saw this guy walk into a bathroom after your little daughter, you would be like, what the fuck is going on? This guy should not be going to the fucking ladies' room. Period. Okay? It is not hard to figure out. Okay? Here's another one. Right there. Are you fucking shitting me? If you watch this guy walk into the bathroom following your 10-year-old daughter, you're going to be fucking panicking. This is where your shit is so stupid because you're worked up about a penis. Who cares if there's a woman with a penis? Who fucking cares? Get over it. If you don't like women with penises, don't date a woman with a penis. But there are women that have penises. That's just the truth of the matter, guys. Okay? And like, I'm sorry if that blows your mind and melts your brain, but fucking get over it. Right? Get over it. Pinky, let's go. Dude, let's go, Pinky. Let's go. I mean, this is the thing. This is the shit that comes down is people are like, okay, a woman with a penis or a man with a vagina is a little mind-blowing for them. So they think the whole world has to like, turn into something else. Okay? Right? This person is not female. This is a man. Okay? This is a man, and this is a man, but they have XX chromosomes, okay? And so they were born as what society considers a woman. But as you can see, they're not fucking women, okay? And again, with trans men, there's a variety of passing for them too, okay? And so, I mean, I get that it's mind-blowing, Okay? I get it. But I'm telling you right now, if you put this guy into women's sports, if you make the trans men compete against women, they will fucking kick the shit out of the women. And we've already seen that. All right? That's what they want. They want this guy to play WNBA if this guy were a basketball player. And it would be literally having a man in women's sports, and he would probably, outperform. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but trans women, like most trans women are not outperforming. They're like, most of them are not outperforming physically. It's just so dumb, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like this stuff is really, it's like it's not sensible. Because really, guys, when you look at it, okay, so much of the trans woman hate from MAGA, or the trans woman fear from MAGA, is simply because of cisgender men having complicated feelings because they think maybe they're gay if they like transgender women or are attracted to transgender women. And they're really freaked out by that. And yes, people that are afraid to be perceived as gay do really crazy fucking shit. Okay? They do. You have guys literally in Congress like hiding their gayness like crazy. You have people like Mike Johnson, Benny Johnson. These guys are living, Lindsey Graham, who lived their entire lives hidden because the gay thing is like such an ordeal for them. It's like, bro, yeah, Josh Hawley, Tom Cotton. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Bernie Moreno, Dude, let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. All right. No, that was good. I needed to eat a little food. Now I'm going to grab some caffeine. Hold on. I'm going to grab one from the fridge. Pinky! Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, blunt front. Thank you, boss. Dude, Katie Mullen said, you rock. Let's go. Dude, Pinky, let's go. I will tell you this, though, guys. You ready? I'm already seeing Blowback. Dude, Pinky, another one. I'm seeing Blowback, guys. Okay, because of like me sort of evolving and moving to the left. Right, Pinky, let's go. Dude, best show on YouTube, 2 Sugar, let's go. All right, so let's get this. We need like 15 more. Let me reset the goal. I'm getting some blowback, okay, because of like my politics have shifted a little bit in the last year and a half. And I didn't intend to do that. I mean, I've always been pretty much just a straight Democrat Party guy because I'm a white guy. I'm pretty immune. I can vote straight Democratic Party, even if there's never like Medicare for all or whatever. I mostly am taken care of. I have plenty of access to credit. Like if I go to the interview, I always get the fucking job mostly. So it's like, I've mostly just been a straight Democratic Party guy because of my privilege. I've never even noticed that there was a need to move left, right? And then, but I've always had progressive ideals where like I want Medicare for all, I want UBI, but if we don't get it, I don't like flip out about it, right? But that's because of my privilege, because I don't have anything to lose, right? When Donald Trump wins, I don't lose anything, guys. Okay? I'm never going to have ICE like drag me out of my car. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's like I don't have anything to lose here. They're, you know, and so, but it's been the behavior of the party. Okay? I've always rooted for the DSA people. I rooted for Bernie. I wanted Hillary to pick Bernie, right? And then I got disappointed she didn't. And then I thought maybe Bernie in 2020. And then I got disappointed that we had Biden. But I'm like, all right, Biden's going to do a bunch of shit. Then a lot of Biden shit didn't come through. And then I was disappointed. And then the whole whatever spinning off. I was devoted to Biden. I backed him. I supported him. I didn't say a bad word about him during the election year. I did the same shit with Kamala, even though I saw warning signs of shit that really bothered me and shit that I thought might cost her the election. I'm evolving with you. Fuck the blowback. Let's go, Katie. But then, guys, it really came down to Zohran Mamdani. Okay? Zohran Mamdani is the thing that cracked open my worldview. I really want male versus female playing music and having a political conversation. Let's go, Elf! Let's go take goal! All right, let me reset this goal. Shit, boss. All right, I keep fucking this shit around. All right, here we go. Dude, I'm probably getting some bonus ones here, but I deserve it. Right? So I think we got a little less than 15. Need a little less than 15, but there we go. But so, guys, for me, it was Zohran, okay? Because Zohran came around and I really liked him. Like, I really liked his messaging, his use of film, and his genuine nature, his love of New York City. And I liked how the Vanguard guys were talking to him years ago. And this guy's like, you know, he was out on the street running for assemblyman and just building a political career by going door to door. And I really liked him. I really liked the shit he wanted to do in New York. My kid moved to New York to be in Mamdani's New York, right? He was a big fan too. And then I watched my party like shit on this guy, okay? They shit on him after he won the fucking primary. And they were like supporting Cuomo, a sex predator, an old degenerate sex predator. They were supporting him as an independent and like partnering with right wingers and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with my party? And then they did it to Brad Lander and they did it to Daria Eliza, right? And they did it to Quiros in Colorado. And then I'm like, holy shit, Chris Rabb, they're literally, my own party is targeting everyone who's not a corpo APAC fucking Dem. I literally watched this with my own eyes. And a lot of them were like, if they're Muslim or if they're brown, they're like, no. No, we want the white woman who fucking supports Israel. And I'm like, yo, dude, what the fuck are we doing? I did not realize how pervasive that was. And guys, seeing that is yeah, it's like what Repo said right there. Right? Once you see it, you start going back, and I started seeing it like, oh my God, with the Clintons. I started seeing it with the way Hillary Clinton's campaign behaved with Obama. I started seeing how a lot of people didn't like Obama because he wasn't the hugest fan of Israel. Then it goes all the way back into the fucking, you know, all the times we went to war, right? The fact that we went to war when I was 21 because of Israeli security interests. And then I had a son. And when my son turned 21, we're going to war for Israeli security interests. And now they're saying crazy shit like, if you say bad things about Israel, you can't come to America. And I'm like, dude, is this America or is this Israel? Like, what the fuck, bro? You know? And now I'm just like, I just can't do it, dude. Let's be honest, Tommy is very MAGA. Let's go. Dude, I was raised to be MAGA, but it didn't take. Dude, let's go, Pinky. Right? Oh, Dude, shit is crazy. Right? Dude. But now, let me just show you. I want to show you something, guys. Okay? I want to show you. Let's segue in here. I know we had a spirited beginning rant, right? Dude. And I'm sorry. I'm getting blowback though. I am getting blowback. I am getting blowback from I think there were a lot of people who like were real hardcore centrists and they tolerated my leftism because my leftism wasn't a dominant part of my, forward thinking. And now there are some people that are upset, right? I've had people on Twitter that are getting mad. They're getting mad. And it's like, dude, I can't help it though. It's the behavior of the Democratic Party. Am I losing subs? No. The channel's gaining like the last month was the biggest month we've had in a while. So the channel's not losing subs. I mean, I'm sure I'm losing some, but I'm gaining at a way higher rate than I was losing. Okay? Dude, I Like Pie says, proud to be in this timeline with y'all. I really think we're going to be part of something great. Thanks for being here for us, boss. You got it. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And I like pie too. Dude, I used to date a girl who lived off of Franklin and Hillhurst. And there was a fucking pie restaurant. We used to like go and get pie at like 2 a.m. We just need to dance. That's it. Dancing's the key for everything. But, dude, let's go. But I still though, I'm not trying to sink the Democratic Party, but I am though. I feel like the Democratic Party absolutely has to change. Like it will not. I mean, I know the Democratic Party, there are certain powers in there that think, oh, we just got to ride this period out. And maybe when Trump's gone, we're going to go back. And it's like, it's not. The Democratic Party of 15 years ago, it's never going to get that again. It's going to either get taken over or it is going to get shattered. And that's it. They're going to either, right? They're either going to get taken over or they're going to evolve and naturally like expand their power to move into a little bit to the left. But I think there's a big political realignment that's happening because there's 4 things going on, guys. And I'm seeing it. We're going to look at this online. Pinky, let's go. Dude, we're slaying right now. Dude, thank you guys. So obviously you have MAGA, okay? You have MAGA that is splitting into the diehard MAGAs, and then there's forming the new America First, which is anti-Israel. They claim to be pro-Palestinian, but they're not, okay? They're not. They're claiming it because they're trying to hide their bullshit in this other movement, and they're trying to pilfer everyone who's disaffected by the establishment. That's the Tucker and MTG and shit, and Hunter Biden is flirting with that group too. Now, a lot of things could happen, okay? Because the Dems are having a breakdown where some of the Zionist Dems, and they keep couching it in something about like Jewish people. They say the leftists hate Jews. Dude, this has nothing to do with Jews, okay? The Zionists are mostly Christians, okay? We can't go back, progress forward, yes. Thank you, Pinky. But there's a faction of the Dem party that are actually like Republicans, okay? But they were like, Zionist Republicans that were a little bit better on human rights and not openly racist. And so they didn't want to caucus with the Republicans. And these people are now like bent, okay? They're bent. And people like Joe Walsh, who left the Republican Party and started buddying up with the Dems, he wants the Dem Party to be like the Republican Party of old, which is like some conservative, whatever people, very moral, still Christian, still supporting, our allies in the Middle East, right? But like, dude, where are those people going to go? Now, I want to segue here into something. I want to segue into this fucking Biden guy. All right? Because look at this guy. It's this guy right here. Dude, Michael De La Rosa. Okay? We have to look at this guy. Okay? This guy is, look at him. Michael De La Rosa. He's a Biden guy. All right? Let's talk about this guy. This guy right here is very, very sort of like, he is like a metaphor for what the Dem Party is going through at the moment. Dude, Two Sugar says both parties will undergo an intellectual civil war. Let's go. Yes. Yes, it is. I think we need some true leftism here in America, guys, if we're going to catch up with Europe, right? And Elf says, I know you were very scared to raise your son, and my parents were scared, but everybody accepted it. I don't reach a lot of kids, but I don't want them. I apologize. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Thank you, Elf. I was scared to raise my son. I don't know what you mean. Dude, let's go. Dude, thank you, boss. I don't know what you mean about scared to raise my kid. Yeah, explain that. Dude, Pinky, let's go. Dude, Pinky, let's go. Dude, we're 2 away, guys. But I have gone through a transformation. Okay, I have. I'm like experiencing a crazy transformation. Dude, Shelly, key lime pie rocks. And no to pack dollars. Yes, Shelly, let's go. Dude, I love key lime. I love lemon meringue. And I love cheesecake. Okay, Pinky, let's go. There it is. Go! Whoops, wrong button. That's all right. We'll get the conservative tears, dude. We got to finish with the Paula. All right. Now, I want to take you down a rabbit hole here, guys, because I want to show you what's going on. And guys, this is based about support for Israel, what I am about to take you through. Did I miss Katie Miller news? No, we haven't gotten to Katie Miller. We're going to do Katie Miller in a little bit. We're starting with this. So this guy was a spokesperson to Joe Biden, okay? And he was a special assistant to President Joe Biden. He was part of the Biden 2020 campaign, okay? And he's also fucking, like, works with a bunch of fucking Democratic, right, policy and communications committee. This guy is a moderate fucking centrist Dem. But this guy is also a very pro-Israel Zionist Dem. Now, look at what's been going on, okay? So, Michael De La Rosa endorsed Mike Rogers over Abdul El-Sayed for U.S. Senate in Michigan, okay? This Biden guy, Biden's assistant, said, you know what? I'm endorsing Trump's fucking Mike Rogers. Trump's guy. ICE, no abortion, and mifepristone, right? You know what I mean? Demonize trans people. This is a Trump guy. This is a guy who is like an election denier, okay? This guy is degenerate of degenerate, hide the Epstein files. And so Biden's fucking assistant said, I'm endorsing Mike Rogers, okay? In Quebec, we have sugar pie, tarte sucre. Let's go, asst. Now, watch how this plays out. So Matt Duss says, obviously the endorsement of press secretary to former first lady will move few, if any, votes. But the real goal here is effectively monetizing that credential in a very crowded field by signaling to donors, one of the lowest forms of 𝗙𝗍cie careerism. Now watch where this goes, because he jumps in and says, speaking of lowest forms of Democrats, how many of the 83 counties did your boss Sanders win in 2020 in Michigan? 0. How many times did national Democrats reject him? Twice. How many votes did my boss receive in 2020? The most in history. How many Nazis did your old socialist boss Sanders endorse? They're calling Graham Plattner. Graham Plattner was not a Nazi, okay? Was he a shitty person? Yes. Was he a jar-headed Marine that was terrifically flawed and a grapey shitter? Yes. Okay, a drunk, PTSD, the whole 9 yards, but the guy wasn't a fucking Nazi. Okay, he didn't hang out with any Nazis. He wasn't participating in, like, Nazis are easy to track, guys. They always hang out in little groups of other Nazis, and they're very easy to spot. But so look at this. He says, I wonder whose judgment has more value. And then he said, and yet, Bernie's out here working to get Democrats elected while you're cashing in as a useful idiot for Republicans. Okay? And then he says, wow, quite a winner. A socialist who couldn't make the case for himself among Democrats twice endorses a Nazi and an anti-Semite in 2026. Yes, definitely Bernie should be in charge of recruitment for the entire Democratic Party. His judgment is impeccable. A true winner. Hey, Matt, want to compare FEC reports? Then let's debate who does more for Democrats, pal. But you keep up that good fight. Carry that hammer and sickle with pride, my friend. But this guy, the arrogance, right? He's just like shitting on Bernie Sanders, okay? But then look at this, guys. You ready? Trump-connected lobbying firm Ballard Partners rakes in $14 million in the first quarter, okay? Longtime Florida lobbyist Brian Ballard set up a Washington office for his firm, right? And Ballard Partners, the lobbying firm led by a top fundraiser for Donald Trump, has tripled its lobbying revenues. So there's this lobbying firm called Ballard Partners, started by one of Trump's top donors. And you want to see who one of the partners is in Ballard Partners? You guessed it. It's fucking Joe Biden's assistant, Michael LaRosa. So Joe Biden's assistant is that guy, that Democrat. Okay, Joe Biden's assistant is the Democrat that is now partnered in a Trump lobbying firm and just taken millions out of the Trump org. Okay, this guy's already working with Trump. Okay, he's working with Trump donors. And so, of course, he's endorsing Mike Rogers. But he's a Biden guy. Okay, because the Biden guys will work with Trump before they will work with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. And that's the thing, guys. That is the thing that I'm trying to say about this AIPAC, this Dem shit, where I bounce out of my party, because the Democrats that are establishment and AIPAC funded, they will partner with Trump before they will partner with Bernie Sanders. Period. That's the truth. They will partner with Trump before they will partner with AOC, 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 and Zoran Mamdani. The Democratic establishment Democratic Party. That is the truth. That's why Joe Biden said welcome home when Trump won, because Joe Biden is not uncomfortable with Donald Trump. He said the rhetoric to try and win the election, but ultimately Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Robert Byrd, Joe Biden, Strom Thurmond, it's all the same to these DC elites. They're all in the millionaire Epstein class, and they're all part of the DC machinery that stays rich and stays powerful as long as they keep that money flowing to Israel. Okay? Because the money to Israel is connected to our banking. It's connected to our military industrial complex. It's connected to our Pentagon. It's connected to Lockheed and Boeing making a bunch of weapons for Israel and then making them for Saudi Arabia and UAE and everybody else in the fucking Middle East, because Israel's the threat, right? And then we extract oil money out of there. So all of our oil companies are tied to this. So these guys are one and the same. Okay. And so this, guys, this is why I am no longer like straight up like, yeah, go Democrat Party. I've seen it. I see it now. It is unmistakable. And that's not all of the Democrats. I'm not saying all of the Democrats are this, but the party apparatus, the establishment party apparatus is these guys. they will partner with the GOP before they will partner with leftists, because they absolutely do not want Medicare for all, because they absolutely do not want to fucking affect the health insurance or the pharmaceutical lobby, because they give them tens of millions of dollars and they guarantee that they stay in power, whether the party's power shift changes or not. Okay? They literally don't want us to have that health care because it would affect their power. All right? You see here, they're all pissed that we now understand how much AIPAC has been involved. Let's go! And they're trying to call it anti-Semitism. That's bullshit, dude. I don't hate Jews. This has nothing to do with Jews, guys. Okay? I shit you not. I think AIPAC has nothing to do with Jews. I think they use the Jewish connection as like a thing to prevent them from ever being called out. They try to like tie it to Judaism, but it's not. It's really about just imperialism in the Middle East and oil money and that lucrative land. That land in the Middle East, guys, is worth like cajillions because of the oil. Do you love Everclear so much for the Afterglow? Let's go. I thought Everclear was a fine band. And Art Alexakis, the singer from Everclear, starred in one of my short films. Okay, short film called Father's Day. Dude, Elf said, my parents never wanted a kid, but they wanted to have unprotected situations, and they said to each other, we're cool. Famous last words, we're cool. Dude, Elf, thank you, boss. Oh, shit, dude. That's hilarious. Dude, Pinky says PAX will be the albatross for all politicians now. Let's go. And so that's just it, dude. That is just it, guys. Right? Is like these guys are fucking like one and the same, bro. And this Matt guy fucked him up, bro. Right? Let's go see if he replied to that one. Okay? Let's see what his reply was to that. He did not reply to that. Right? But look at this. Look at that. He loves Fetterman, right? He is like this guy, Joe Biden's people were just deeply, deeply Zionist, boss. Okay? Deeply, deeply Zionist. And they're Islamophobic. I know it's crazy, but Hasan said, you're Islamophobic pieces of shit. He was talking about the consultant class, and he's right. These guys are just Islamophobic pieces of shit. And look at them. They have this fucking stupid thing. Democrats for Mike Rogers, guys. Look at this shit. Proud Democrats putting country over party. This is Democrats for Trump. Okay? Mike Rogers is Trump. This is Democrats for Trump. Insanity. Why? Because Israel is more important than you American citizens to these guys. Israel being funded, bombs, power, control of the Middle East, the oil money, the consultant class money, the Epstein class money flowing into their pockets. They are wealthy and powerful as long as they feed that Israeli war machine, and they will literally partner with Donald Trump to do it. And these people, the Mike LaRosas, they need to get out of the Democratic Party. Like, we need to kick them out. Like, this is an opportunity, guys, with Al Said and Zoran and Daria Eliza Avila Chevalier and Brad Lander and Mila Kuros and all the other progressives, Chris Rabb, right? Donovan McKinney, all of the other progressives that are fucking are swarming up. Like, no, these guys need to get out because they're not Democrats. Okay? Anybody who will partner with Trump is not a Democrat. You're not a Democrat. The Democratic Party has been mostly it's mostly been like Republicans, part two, but they've been like calling themselves Democrats. And then this is why they always at the last minute vote with the Republican. Okay. And they've been keeping that power by convincing Americans that the Democrats are a little bit better than the Republicans and the socialists are the bad ones. They've been trying to prevent leftism from taking hold here, right? And leftism is why Europe's quality of life is better. It's why their food is less poisonous. It's why their life expectancy is longer. It's why they're all better educated than we are. It's why they all have better health care and social services than we do. And they have laws that fucking prevent people from dying in fucking school shootings and shit. Dude, the quality of life index over there is skyrocketing. They're not a bunch of ignorant people getting their fucking politics off Facebook and eating pork rinds at a fucking country fair with 6 guns in their fucking trunk. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Dude. And they're trying to prevent this from taking hold. Now, you say about this account here, this account is a U.S. account. It was just founded. We don't know who runs it, but we do know that it is basically, this is an AIPAC. This is an AIPAC account, okay? This is about AIPAC, and this is, right? Look at this, right here. And they're Jewish Democrats way crossing party lines. Dude, Jewish Democrats, like, holy shit, bro. If you're a Jewish Democrat and you vote for Mike Rogers, what the fuck? I question whether you're actually Jewish at that point. Because any Jewish person who would vote for Michael fucking Rogers and Donald Trump is fucking crazy, right? Is crazy. These guys are like, the way they're behaving and the way they're behaving in the Middle East, they're like trying to get, they're threatening the safety of Jewish people worldwide, okay? With their constant fucking like abuse of everybody with the Israeli war machine. Dude, isn't that batshit? Bro. It is fucking crazy, dude. Right? But look at this. Look at who he's reposting, guys. He's reposting fucking Charles Gasparino. He's reposting Zero Hedge. Okay? Right? Look at this. He is reposting Zero Hedge, guys. This is a fucking one of the gnarliest accounts. And now they're trying to fucking, right? They're trying to, look at this. How white nationalist is this? DSA, like, Hasan, we're here to destroy the white race. No, we're here to destroy white supremacy. But like, dude, they're retweeting, he's retweeting white nationalism. Right? White nationalism is now, oh, Hasan Piker's trying to destroy white people. Give me a fucking break, dude. Give me a break, bro. Right? Dude, it's fucking, this shit is nuts. Okay? But yeah, so establishment Dems have always been like this. See, nerdy, I didn't see it, guys. I'll be honest, I didn't see it until Mamdani. I mean, I heard about it, right? I've heard about it. I saw political commentators. I saw Hasan talk about it. My kid talked to me about this a lot, okay? But man, dude, it's like now I can't unsee it, okay? You know, you can't see it when you're swept up in it. I think what's hard, right? I think what's hard, guys, is that it was hard for me to see because of my privilege, guys. It's because of my privilege. That's why I didn't see it, okay? That's why I didn't see it, because, like, my privilege and voting for the Dem Party and the ACA and heralding their wins, and they have done some good shit, okay? I don't want to discredit the entire Democratic Party because everything good that's happened in the last 70 years has come from the Democratic Party. But they are only doing it so far good. Like they've never really been trying to advance us to the shit we need. They've only been giving us morsels of goodness while simultaneously also staying in lockstep with the right wing of the party to keep that money flowing, because it's always been money, okay? It's always been money, guys. And let me show you how this works, okay? So the Dems campaigned on abortion. Oh, you got to put us in power or you're going to lose the right to abortion. And then the Republicans campaigned on the border. If you don't put us in power, the border's going to be overrun. And then they would jockey. But what happens is if the Dems lose, they spend 4 years fundraising. Oh my God, look at what Trump's doing. Look at what Bush is doing. Look at what's happening. Oh my God, end of the world, end of the world. So every time the Republicans would win, the Democrats would just rake in the cash, rake it in. And then they would usually win power back because they had so much money and the incumbents had fucked up. And then the Republicans would rake in. Oh my God, oh my God. So they just go back and forth with each other, but both sides rake in on every loss. And they make more money on the losses than they do on the wins. Okay, so losing isn't harmful because it just brings in more money. So they don't have to win, okay, with the two parties when they're working together. Now, 2024 has created a unique opening, guys. And because after Kamala Harris, after Joe Biden, after Gaza, after a bunch of people are like, dude, I am done with the Dem Party. Now the DNC is broke. Okay, the DNC is broke, guys. Okay, all they have are the PACs, APAC and the fucking super PAC and the oil money and the crypto, right? They don't have any money. Nobody, I will never donate to the Democratic Party again, the actual party. Again, never, until there are new people in charge. We need a leftist or a DSA or a progressive in charge of the DNC, or I will never give them another fucking dime for the rest of my fucking life. I will donate to individual candidates, but I will not give the general party money or any APAC funded candidate money ever again. Ever. Done. And they know this. I am not alone. There are fucking millions of people that are doing this. So now there is a path to a little bit of a takeover. Okay, there's a path to like balance the party inside the power inside the party. Like I would like to see David Hogg in there. Okay, I would like to see somebody like Justin Jones, right? Or remember Justin Pearson's buddy? Somebody mentioned Justin Pearson. The other guy, Justin Jones in Tennessee, right? He fucking got next. I would like to see or Maxwell Frost, right? I would like to see some of these guys, like some of these younger progressives in the DNC, okay? Absolutely. Whether it was a Justin Jones, Maxwell Frost, okay? David Hogg, right? Any of these guys, all right? Anybody with that same ethos, the people that I know Pearson did win. Justin Pearson won his primary, but it is like a pretty solid, it is a super solid, I think it's a pretty solid red district. I don't think he has a lot of chance of winning the election, but dude, I would love to see him fucking in the DNC. I mean, or Malcolm Kenyatta, right? Anybody who is not a purchased fucking uniparty person. You know? Give Chicago Dems a chance? Dude. And they would turn it into something even more gross? Oh, shit. Dude, fuck. Isn't that where 𝗏𝗡𝗡𝗏, like 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 or whatever? Wasn't he from Chicago? Dude, he was a Chicago Dem, right? Right? There he is, dude. Blagojevich. Dude, worst fucking hair ever, dude. He was a Democrat from Chicago. Ended up in jail. Didn't he? Of course he did. Right? He was a prosecutor. And then where is he? Where's his jail time, boss? There it is. Impeachment, removal from office, trial. There's your Chicago Dem. Blagojevich. Is that how you say him? Blagojevich? Blagojevich. All right, Blagojevich. Thank you. I knew I fucking butchered his name, but there it is. Dude, Trump pardoned him. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. That is fucking wild, bro. Oh, fuck. Somebody said Chicago Dems. But yeah. So this is Biden's guy. Okay? Biden's guy is reposting Zero Hedge, guys. Zero Hedge, who is reposting Clay Travis, Ron Johnson, like RT, right? You know what I'm saying? Fucking... This is who Joe Biden's special assistant is now fucking, right? This is who Joe Biden's special assistant is promoting, right? Isn't that crazy? Dude. Dude, isn't that wild? This is who Joe Biden's special assistant, the special assistant to Biden, is now fully with Trump because they don't want us to have health care, guys. They don't want us to have free education. They don't really want us to have like unoppressed civil rights. They don't want us to fuck with the militarized police force or to cut the military budget or to give people access to healthy food. They don't. They literally just want like to remain ultra wealthy, ultra powerful in their little private Epstein class club. And I know Joe Biden, he did not go to the island. He was not doing the Bill Clinton and Donald Trump shit, but the Biden family are Epstein class. Okay? So is Candace Owens. Okay? She is Epstein class, guys. She's like Epstein class light. Okay, because she's not, right? She's not in the fucking top tier club, but she is like on the balcony right outside the Epstein class up there in that wealthy set where, right, with Erica Kirk and with all these fucking people with tens and tens of millions of dollars. And they can just fuck around. And now they're trying to, you know, like, distance from MAGA so they can start a new MAGA party. You know what I mean? Right? Are you sure the Biden is Epstein class? Yes. I mean, dude, they have many tens of millions of dollars, and now their workers are working with Trump. Right? Welcome home. Biden said to Donald Trump as he walked up. He said, "Welcome home." Okay? Right? Look at this. And dude, they're fucking like Fetterman. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Fetterman? Come on, bro. Let's see what Fetterman says.
Like, he just has like this weird little man syndrome energy, just going around insulting people. And you know, that's the kind of campaign that he's run. And now he's going to find out that you have to reach out to the other side. You know, and I'm daring him.
Dude, Fetterman will never win another election again unless he changes parties, by the way.
To continue to campaign with people like Hasan Piker And I don't care what he says in terms of if he doesn't like me or I think I'm an ogre, but he has put, that seat in play. And after Bernie Sanders and others created the disaster in Maine, and they pushed garbage person like Plattner, and now they've pushed an individual like 𝗪𝚗 that's been very proud of his very deeply anti-Israel views and
Good.
proud to campaign with avowed communists overall. And now he put this situation where a Michigan that could have been more of a safe seat, and now we are going to have to defend that, and that creates more danger of not being able to reclaim the majority.
Dude, what a fucking goon, bro. But look at this, dude, right? And he is now being touted by this Democrats for Trump, right? Bro, right? Yes. So just what Andy says is good, guys. Epstein class isn't like your Epstein's buddy, okay? Epstein class means you are in that class of people where when you break the law, you don't suffer consequences for it. Where you are even if you're against the people on the other side, like Trump, in the back rooms, you're yucking it up because you guys share the same fucking stockbroker and the same lawyers and the same investment firms. And you guys are invested in the same shit. You are, right? So what the Epstein class people are, even if they never knew Jeffrey Epstein, they're going to protect the other Epstein class people because, right? That's why the Epstein files never got out, right? And why they stayed fucking hidden, because everybody's protecting everybody because all of their wealth is tied together, okay? All of their wealth is tied into the same military industrial complex, the same fucking global stocks, right? Their wealth is tied together. And so their enemies, when they're out in front of the cameras, but then behind closed doors, they're making sure that nobody fucks with each other's wealth. And that's the problem we have. We have a government in both parties that are filled with this, and it is tied to Israel, okay? And this has, again, this has nothing to do with Jewish people. It has to do with the government of Israel being a militarized force of the United States in the Middle East, trying to take very valuable land for our benefit and our oil companies' benefit and our fucking mercenary companies' benefit. And so we can sell weapons to everybody in the Middle East because of the danger there, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, and Israel is heavy into the surveillance state. And so this is about government surveillance and militarization and oil money and very valuable land. All right? And there are the fucking everybody that's in that game. They're like the higher ups in both political parties. And we need to fucking dismantle it all. All of them gone. Every AIPAC funded candidate needs to be out of the Democratic Party, or we burn the whole fucking party to the ground and start a new one. That just has to be. That has to be. And we don't stop at AIPAC, okay? That is a huge one, but like the fucking pharmaceutical lobby, the crypto lobby, the defense lobbies, right? Like demilitarizing the entire country. We can still have police and we can still have fucking security, but we don't have to be a surveillance, militarized fucking, right? We don't have to live essentially under a fucking oppressive militarized rule, right? You can have, I mean, dude, there are countries that have police and that have fucking safety, but they don't have it's not a military surveillance state. You know what I'm saying? That, like, we don't have to have that, guys. That's a choice, okay? That is instituted by people that are part of that fucking, that Epstein class, like, huge, it's like banking and the military industrial complex and the private prison complex, all of that, BlackRock and Vanguard and fucking, the social medias, companies and the data centers, the AI companies, and they just want us to like have a little bit of bread, right? And be able to go on vacation once a year and swipe it on your Capital One card. And that we're supposed to be happy with that. Dude, fuck that, bro. Dude, let's go. Dude, Aragorn says, on September 9th, 1999, Moscow apartment bombing, false flag by Putin Mossad, allowed Putin to rise to power to take control of Russia. Mossad agent this week proven to be part of 9/11 hijackers. 9/11 2 years after Moscow bombing. Oh, crazy, dude. That's wild, Aragorn. Dude, let's fucking go. Dude, thank you, boss. Fucking go, dude. Let's go. Tingle bitties. Yeah, baby. Let's go, dude. Thank you. Dude, this shit is nuts. All right. Dude, your vid is going to be sick on this content. Shout this to the world. All right. Dude, I'm going to make some vids about this. Dude, we're going to get it out there. Guys, I can't unsee it. Okay? I cannot unsee it. It is like taking hold of me. And can I just say, I don't want to get too garish here, but when I'm honest, it feels like it did when I first figured out that I had been molested as a kid. Okay? Because I lived a life, whatever. It was a good life. I'm out there and playing rock and roll. But there were always like these things that I wondered, like, why was this in my life? Why was that in my life? And didn't make sense. And there were certain ways people in my family had treated me, certain things I did that didn't make sense. And then when I finally figured out and put it all together, what had happened to me, at that point, dude, for some reason, my fucking chat window here has stopped working. Hold on. There it is. When I finally figured it out, a whole bunch of things that didn't make sense to me, all of a sudden, like, oh shit. Now, like 100 things at once were like, wow, now I see it. Now I see like a million little indicators along the way that were telling me this, but I didn't know what the message was until I finally figured it out. And that happened in my 40s. But guys, in the last 2 years, and specifically since Mom Donnie's campaign, watching this unravel and watching what happened to Fetterman and watching people like Brianna Wu and people that, you know, have abandoned their values because of this whole like Israeli war machine and shit, and watching how they undermine candidates. A lot of shit that I've seen in the last like 40 years has just like clicked. And it's like, holy fucking shit. And that's one of the things that's really getting me about this, you know, because now I'm like fucking supporting, you know, certain things about Hasan, and I'm calling other people out like David Pakman and shit like this, right? And what's interesting is the thing about it is I'm not, when it comes to somebody like Hasan, he's not an angel. Okay, he's not a parochial, like, oh, what a just good old boy. Okay, he's aggressive. He's overbearing. He is fucking, sometimes he goes over the line. But so do I, all right? I mean, when you're passionate, when you're a fighter, when you're feisty, that happens. But the thing about this, though, guys, is Hasan is right, okay? A lot of the shit that Hasan Piker talks about, Kyle Kulinski, fucking Emma Vigeland, Sam Cedar, Francesca, they're right, okay? And people want to vilify them and call them wackos or leftists or extremists. No, they're not, okay? If you look at this shit, look at this shit. Look at the polling on this. Medicare for all, 60%. End Citizens United, 80%. Tax the rich. Abortion. End college. End the electoral college. Stop weapons to Israel. Paid family leave. Pathway to citizenship. LGBTQ protections. Supreme Court reform. Right? Look at this shit. All of the DSA and progressive policy is literally moderate. The policy is moderate. Okay? They're calling us extremists and they're full of shit. They're full of fucking shit. None of this shit is extreme, okay? This is the shit the people want. This is the shit the people need. They're calling us extremists because they don't want to give it to us. Because in order for them to give this to us, they can't be multi-billionaires, right? Jeff Bezos, instead of having 300 billion, he can only have 30 billion. And he's not happy with $30 billion. He's got to have 300 and you've got to die in a tent. And it's like, fuck that shit, bro. Fuck that shit. Like, no more. I am not going to be silent anymore. I am going to go to war with the people in the Democratic Party that are preventing us from having this, okay? And fuck them, okay? We're like, dude, I'm tired, man. I don't have that many years left on this planet. And I'm not going to, like, silently, like, sit by. I mean, dude, even as somebody like Nancy Pelosi, okay? I liked Nancy Pelosi my whole life. But do you know how fucking rich that woman is? Do you know how much fucking insider trading that fucking woman did? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Okay, did she do some good shit? Sure. Was she revolutionary, breaking the glass ceiling? Sure. But she's also a fucking crook, bro. Nancy Pelosi looted us, guys, for generations. And then when they finally did the Affordable Care Act, they didn't even leave the public option in. And they still fucking looted us. Okay? It's like, yeah, do I like her? Sure, but she's a fucking crook, bro. You know? Like, come on, man. Even the people I liked, they're crooks. Dude. Let's go. So, we are going to hold Dems accountable. And we're going to force, okay? We're going to force the party to change. That's it. I am riding with Hasan and fucking Zoran and Bernie and AOC and Ilhan Omar and Abdul El-Sayed and every other fucking progressive person that comes out fighting, comes out swinging with the DSA, right? All of us together, everybody who is actually on the left, who actually wants to make this shit happen and not have more of this faux Republican slop and be told that we have to move to the right to win an election. Fuck you. I'm not moving to the right. And if we lose and the world gets really, really bad, hey, man, it may have to get worse before it gets better. But we are not going to yield, okay? We're going to fight. And if it gets a little worse for a while, we're going to weather it out. But we are going to, like, I want a real change for my kid 30 years from now. Not more of this slop, okay? I want him to have real change when he's my age. And in order to do that, we've got to disrupt business as usual, okay? And you know what I'm saying? And dude, it's like right now it's kind of happening, guys. And no more of these weirdos like Neera Tanden talking about electability. Fuck Neera Tanden. Fuck Hillary Clinton. Fuck Bill Clinton. Okay? Fuck this fucking Mike LaRosa guy. Fuck, right? The Joe Biden crony who's out here fucking polishing knobs. Dude, where is he? Dude, where the fucking, this guy? Dude, fuck this guy, bro. Jesus. Dude. Let's go. Dude. We're doing it, baby. We're doing it. Michael LaRosa. Dude, what a fucking piece of shit, dude. What and this is a Joe Biden guy. Joe Biden's guys are fucking, right? Joe Biden's guys are voting with Trump. Right? And they're attacking, oh, dude, this shit. Democrats for Mike Rogers. Get the fuck out of here, boss. You know? And so the thing about this though, guys, you ready? You ready? And hear me out on this. Because here's what I'm encountering is there are some moderates that are saying to me, no. Like, you lefties, if you're going left, you have to leave the party. And I'm like, no, you know what? No, because the Democratic Party, if you go back to the change after 1964, they were the party that were fighting for civil rights. They were working on national health care in the 70s until they got in a fight with Jimmy Carter and they fucking sank their own policy. But like, dude, the Democratic Party, like they evolved it. Okay. They evolved it to the right. It was not a party of the right. It was like, it went left. And then as shit fell apart with Reagan and shit fell apart with the wars, a lot of those Republican people started coming back to the Democratic Party and trying to pull us to the right. And like, no, man, we're going left. Okay? We are fucking going left, dude. We are going left. Scratch the socialism label. No, I think we need to take the teeth out of the word socialism, guys. Okay? The world is advanced enough that we don't have to fucking sit here and like run away from the word socialism. Okay? We need a generation of people that learn that socialism isn't bad. All right? That's what we need. All right. But anyway, I can't rant anymore, guys. All right? Dude, very left Netherlands. Yes. Thank you, Misfires. Let's go. We got to do some politics. All right? Yes, we got to define the word. We got to take the word socialism. We got to make it a good word. Okay? We do. We're going to take the word socialism and we're going to make it a good word. We are going to make it a fucking good word. Right? We are. Like the word fuck. Dude, the word fuck used to be like a dirty word. Dude, the word fuck is like the best fucking word. You got to take the word. Right? Let's go. All right. But moving on, let's look at some political stuff. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we get in here and look at some shit? Dude, we need to make capitalism a dirty word, boss. That's what we need to do. If there's going to be a dirty word, dude, the dirty word needs to be capitalism. Oh, shit. All right, you ready? So, dude, what's going on with Katie Miller, boss? Right? I mean, first off, she's nasty. Dude, she's nasty. Dude, like predators. I mean, everybody she's hanging out with are predators for starters. So I guess expecting predators to have good taste is probably, you know, like asking a lot. But dude, she's so gross. Okay? She is so fucking gross, man. What the fuck is going on with her? Right? Disgraced rep Eric Swalwell had a fling with Katie Miller when she was a 22-year-old intern. Yikes, bro. Yikes. Dude. Now think about this, though. Think about this, guys. Like, people knew. People knew about this shit. Like, there's a whole world of this shit that once it comes out, we find out about it. But think about how many of these people right now in DC have had flings, fucked around, cheated, slept with their interns, this, that, and the other, sharing interns, right? I mean, she's an intern for Eric Swalwell, but she's married to fucking mini Nazi pinhead. Like, really? And she's fucking around with Elon Musk? Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here, boss? Let's go look at the article, shall we? Disgraced ex-rep Swalwell. He had a fling with Stephen Miller's wife, dude. Let's see. A new report unearthed that former Dem rep Eric Swalwell and Katie Miller had a fling when she was a 22-year-old intern. So when was this? How old is she? Let's get an age on Katie Miller. She is 34. So this is 12 years ago. Okay, this is 2014. Oh my God, this was like before the rise of Trump. Right around that time. When did she meet Stephen Miller? So she met Stephen Miller in 2018. Okay? So they met during Trump's first she met Stephen Miller during Trump's first term. Katie is now married to Stephen Miller, the most controversial mini Nazi security advisor, etc. Swalwell resigned for his sexual harassment. So they had a fling while she was a 22-year-old single intern in D.C. Okay? A Capitol Hill blog released a report that called attention to a surprising previous relationship between Swalwell, who then was, I guess, right? If this was, she was 22, so he was in his 30s, right? The fling occurred well before she married him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all right, so let's see here. So it says Katie was exactly the type of woman Swalwell was accustomed to targeting. Katie was 22, congressional intern. She confirmed the report herself. Okay, she said I was an intern, so she didn't deny it. I mean, that's pretty that's evolution for them, I guess. Right? So she worked as a congressional staffer and aide to Vice President Pence. Dude, she has her podcast. Dude, what creepers. Jesus. Bro, what creepers. Like, I feel so bad for these kids. I'm serious. I feel so bad for these kids. Can you imagine these being your parents? Dude. Oh my God. Like, get me out of here, bro. Jesus. This is pretty crazy, though. You ready? Look at this, right? The podcast host has previously spoken out about his alleged conduct. In April, she shared criticisms of Swalwell and saying, as someone who doesn't normally believe all women, I believe her and the many lined up behind her. So let's go look at her fucking post. Like, look at this shit. So Swalwell said these campaigns are false. And then look at this. Look at what she said. She said, as someone who doesn't normally believe all women, I believe her and the many lined up behind her. Eric Swalwell's behavior was the worst kept secret on Capitol Hill. I'm positive she was not the only intern. But think about this, guys. She was one of them. When she wrote this, she's like, I'm positive she's not the only intern. Of course you are, because you were one of the interns. Like, how scummy are these people? These people are all just lying, hiding, manipulative scum, right? Isn't that fucking crazy? She's so scummy. Ew, dude. Yeah, and look at this, though. What a weird fucking thing to say, right? Why would you lead with you don't normally believe all women, right? Right? But the reason why she fucking believes this time, she doesn't believe women at all. She believes because she was one of them, bro. Right? In the report, they allege that Swalwell attempted to use information about his fling with Katie as leverage with the Trump admin in an attempt to prevent FBI Director 𝗙cie𝗶𝗆𝗆 from releasing files detailing his contacts with Chinese intelligence operative Fang Fang. So this is crazy. According to information provided to sources say News, Swalwell's side raised the prospect that releasing the files could be viewed as a punitive attempt to weaponize the department, pointing to the congressman's long concluded sexual relationship with former senior administration official Katie Miller from roughly a decade ago. After Swalwell sent Patel a cease and desist letter regarding the release of files related to Fang Fang, right, a DOJ official reacted saying the department investigates crime irrespective of politics. So again, going back to our whole establishment Democrat routine, think about how many people Swalwell had buffaloed, okay? Swalwell was like out there in his like 2 sizes too small coat, taking on Trump, right? Oh, I'm here to take on Trump. I'm going to run for governor of California. I'm going to defend you from Trump. But meanwhile, he was fucking one of Trump's admin's wife when she was an intern, skeezing on her, and he's trying to blackmail Trump to protect his own ass related to his relationship with a potential, like, whatever, Chinese spy or something that could be perceived that way. So while he's out here parading like he's our savior and helping us defeat Trump, he's making backroom deals with him to cover his own fucking ass. And then they're all boning each other, okay? And Swalwell was another one who was, I'm sure, AIPAC money, right? Let's see how much money he took from AIPAC, all right? You know he was. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Where was he? Let's see. PACs. How do you search? All right, he doesn't have any fucking AIPAC money on that thing. I wonder if he had any from the fucking. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I knew they would have one. 200,000. Okay, 200,000. So I mean, you know it, right? It is like, dude, it always comes back to that, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. Every time I see an account, every time I fucking see an account online trashing Hasanabi, trashing Bernie, trashing AOC, trashing Mamdani, trashing Abdul El Sayed, you go to their fucking Twitter page, no matter why they're trashing any of those people, you go to their Twitter page and it is just Israeli war machine bonanza. Every single time, guys. It is like, it is the enemy of the American people are politicians that defend the militarization of the Middle East through our paid bully Israel. That's it, guys. That is what it is. It is all connected to that. The Epstein files are deeply entangled with Israel. Ehud Barak, Netanyahu, all of it. Putin is connected to this shit. All of it, guys. You know? Dude, it's crazy. And so he was trying to blackmail for his own gain, right? People attempted to reach Swalwell, but he, of course, didn't reply. All right. So Swalwell was married to Brittany Watts for 9 years, right? But dude, remember how often this guy portrayed himself as like a fighter for the people? Like, man, dude, isn't that fucking depressing? And they all knew it. They all knew it. They just all keep each other's secrets. It's so alarming, guys. We got to pull the plug on this. And then following the news interview, a woman named Lana Drew shared the most damning accusations against Swalwell, and she accused him of spiking her drink at a hotel in 2018 and saying he raped her and he was choking her. And so now he's out. But now Katie Miller, though, guys, Katie Miller, she's got like a little gaggle here, okay? Because it looks like now there's a tie, because you now have Katie Miller fucking around with Eric Swalwell, but now you have like Swalwell like dirty dealing, trying to cut deals, protecting her, like, oh, I won't release the affair if you get cash off my ass, which is, of course, surprise, surprise, Donald Trump's DOJ is an FBI or like crooked as shit, right? Isn't that fucked up? Dude, she's so grody. Ew. Dude, I'm sorry. She is one of the grodiest. She is fucking one of the grodiest human beings. She's up there with like Laura Trump, I think, for like grody, and Laura Loomer. She's in there with them, I think, dude. They're all scummy. But now what we have, okay? She didn't deny it. Dude, she did not deny it, which is crazy. Look at her. Liberal men aren't attractive. Oh, yeah. That's why you were fucking Eric Swalwell, right? Because they're so unattractive. But now let's see what we got here. I saw a thing that fucking showed her. Dude, what is this? Hung like a horse. Dude, what are we doing? Hold on. I want to find the thing here. There was a thing I saw that had Katie Miller. All right, hold on. I think I saved it. There was one that showed her with several people. All right. Where is it? Well, here we're gonna find it real quick. Dude, I know. Dude, she's wild, dude. Let's see what we got here. Because I was seeing, yes, this is the thing I saw. Katie Miller's resume. All right. Now, dude, what is the Katie Miller Bannon? Right? What is that, dude? Did she? She's closely connected to Bannon? But I mean, did she bang? Her name was Katie Waldman. Oh my God, dude. So there's a Vanity Fair article about her and Stephen Miller. Right? I don't think they're implying that she actually hooked up. So, right? She's not implying that they hooked up, but she was like a devotee of Bannon. Now, one of the things that we have to acknowledge here is Steve Bannon and Jeffrey Epstein were like fucking like the same human being practically, right? Bannon and Epstein were so intimate together. They were so closely connected. And you know, Bannon is gnarly, dude. So she's working for Bannon. That's how she gets into Trump world, to meet fucking penis head down here. She's hanging out with Swalwell, who's, you know, fucking around with all kinds of people and being grapey. And then everybody thinks that her and Elon Musk were banging. Okay? Right? I'm telling you, her, right? Her and Elon, look at that. It says they're entirely unfounded, but dude, I'm not buying that for a minute, bro. All right, let's look at Katie Miller and Elon. All right, here's a little snippet of these guys. This is from fucking a couple months ago.
Who do you look up to the most?
The Creator.
What's your current position on God?
God is the Creator.
Oh.
You don't believe in God, though, do you?
Well, I believe this universe came from something. People have different labels.
Dude, look at them. Dude, they totally fucked, bro. Come on, look at her. Look at her. She's like, you don't believe in God, do you? Would you like the Creator? Tell me about the Creator. And Elon's like, yo, I've got a ham sandwich in my pocket. Elon's like, you know what Elon is? Hold on. Here's what Elon is. Elon's like, I got you here. Elon's like, yo, you want to see my hair plugs? Yo, look at him. He's always holding his hand like this now. Yo, Katie, you want to see what I really look like? Can I show you a picture of me when I was at PayPal? You want to see that I really don't have any hair? This is all fake hair, but I've got like $1 trillion. So I know that you desperate right-wing weirdos that fuck everybody, like you'll sleep with me too. And she's like, look at her here. She goes,
This universe came from something. People have different labels.
Who do you look up to the most?
who do you look up to the most?
The Creator.
What's your current position on God?
She's like,
God is the Creator.
dude,
You don't believe in God, though, do you?
God is the Creator. Dude, so gross, bro. And God is the Creator. Bro. Isn't that fucked up, dude? Like, yo, dude, she's boning this guy. I'm sorry. So for me, guys, every time I look at Elon Musk with his whatever, his flight jacket and his little fucking, he's trying to hold the fucking vagina hands, right? His new thing is to fucking hold his hands like this, like some sort of power move. But like, dude, this is Elon Musk. This is him, guys. This is the entirety of this dude. He is a homely, awkward, like scared to go bald, extraordinarily like worried about his appearance. He couldn't embrace himself like just the way he was. He had to fucking go and surgically move shit around because he couldn't just find a way to be him and be confident. He is not confident. He's insecure. He's petty. He obviously abandoned his trans daughter. So he's like resistant to fucking letting other people in. I mean, that's the whole point. If you have a fucking a trans daughter, a gay kid, whatever, you let them in. And then you get an insight into the transgender existence, transgender struggles. You get to like walk side by side with somebody experiencing that pain. And you get like a whole different type of humanity that you have access to. And he denied all that. Okay? He denied all that because he refused to love himself. And so he had to, this is the guy he plays on TV, which is a trillionaire power broker who fucking has sex with fucking STD-laden weirdos that fuck penis heads in the Trump ad, man. And probably do a little Bannon knob polishing. Like, oh, come here, Stevie. Oh, let me polish that wrinkled knob. Come here, good knob. Good knob. Right? She's hawk-tooing the fucking, the Jabba the Hutt folds of fucking Steve Bannon, dude. Jesus. Grody. That is quite a resume, guys. Whoa! Yikes. Dude. Elon's dad is now married to Elon's adopted sister. Oh my God, dude, he Woody Allen? Shit. Dude, that's what Woody Allen did. Woody Allen did the same shit. Yikes, bro. Dude, look at him though. Elon. Right? He's so fake, dude. He's such a fraud. I have to say though, these guys are pretty ugly. Okay? They're pretty ugly, guys. All of them. Yikes. All right. Smell you later, Elon. She's so grody. What does this woman say?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Katie Miller and 𝗏𝗡𝗅𝗏 Swalwell? It's time for another episode of Real Villains of DC, Love is Blind and Unhinged. Bipartisan edition. TLDR, FBI Director 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍 was threatening to release
Dude, she called him 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍. Dude, I like that. Bipartisan edition. Dude, she's so gross, bro. She is so gross. Katie Miller, the ultimate grody, dude. Unfucking real, though, boss. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍. The DC Strange edition. The DC Idiot edition. See, this is pretty damning, though. Okay? This is pretty damning that they're trying to make the case against him for Fang disappear. That is not cool, right? And right here, this part where it says Swalwell has publicly denied allegations that Bondi tipped him off about the FBI's plans to release the Fang files. Meanwhile, Miller has repeatedly criticized the former congressman, frequently attacking him over ethics, his conduct, and political issues while defending her husband. Okay? So this is wild because Bondi tipped off, right? Trump's guy, Trump's girl is tipping off Crooked Swalwell about his investigation with 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃𝗍, and then Eric has dirt on fucking Trump's, security Nazi. And so he's like, I'm gonna ruin security Nazi unless you make this shit go away. Dude, they're all just shitty, bro. Right? They're all of them are like interwoven fucking degenerates. God damn. Dude, all interwoven degenerates. No fucking way, bro. Unfucking believable, boss. It's just so dirty, dude. So dirty. They're all so dirty. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Katie Fang's lawsuit. And then her response was, I was an intern working on Capitol Hill. Okay? And then what did she say? This was from April. Look at that. She says the liberal elite media didn't peel back the curtain. Dude, there's nothing about the media that is liberal elite. Right? See, what's wild about this? I was a grown man still on Snapchat, but here's what's wild about this, guys. Is is while this woman back in April was writing about the liberal elite media and how they didn't blow the whistle on it, but like, dude, right? Where is it? Right here. Katie Miller is writing this treatise back in April, just standing on a fucking soapbox, okay, about the liberal elite media allowing this behavior to go on. But dude, she fucking knew, bro. When she typed out this tweet, you know, fucking slamming the liberal elite media, she knew the whole time. She knew 12 years ago he was a skeezer. She knew. She was there. She knew all of this going on. She never blew the whistle. And then when the liberal elite media finally blows the whistle on it, she's like, oh, how dare you cover for him? Like, bro, they're so dirty, right? She's literally like, why didn't she report this shit? Right? Dude, she blew. Yeah, she blew all right. Ask Stevie Bannon, boss. Stevie, dude, it is Epstein class, okay? It is Epstein class on the Epstein class on the Epstein class. That's what it is, guys. It is. It is the Epstein class. They're all covering for each other, guys. That is what it is, guys. They all cover for each other. It is like their fucking, you know, that's our reality. And this, guys, this is why we need to move to the left. Okay? It is why we need to move to the left. Because what we need to do is we need to stop allowing our life to be run and abused and trampled over by a bunch of fucking sex predators that are looting all of the markets and your retirement, and they're looting the economy, so you're never going to have anything. And then they keep telling you about how you're not working hard enough and you need to make ends meet better, learn how to live in a budget. And meanwhile, they're literally just fucking us over. Each one is walking by every day, throwing another shovel of dirt on our fucking graves, bro. And like, all of them gone. I don't fucking care. I don't care if you're my favorite fucking politician, right? If you're being funded by this big PAC money, you're funded by AIPAC, I want you gone. If you're not going to stand behind Medicare for all, education for all, and guaranteed like high minimum wage and severe taxes on the ultra wealthy, and get private equity out of all fucking businesses. I want no private equity in any type of real estate, no apartment buildings, no food companies, no restaurant companies. No medical business. I want private equity out of all that shit. They can start fucking businesses or they can fuck off. Okay? But I want private equity. I want them not buying restaurants anymore either. Because all they do is like they did with Red Lobster, where they do a land grab. Okay? They buy a beloved institution and then they kill it and loot it and fuck all the employees and fuck all the people, and then they take that land. You know, is it too late? No, it's never too late. Never fucking too late. We're going to fight, baby. Right? Yeah, they add debt. Dude, the Red Lobster shit is brutal, dude. Dude, they brutalized Red Lobster, bro. They brutalized it. They stole all the land, and then they fucking like extracted money out of the company and just loaded it with debt and then just let it die, dude. And they walked away with like an insane amount of land, prime real estate, and fucking a bunch of money, and just left the company to die and fucked all the fucking people that work there and the suppliers for shit, the people that service the locations and everybody who went there and the local economy of where the place was. Like, and they did it nationwide, dude. Because they're scoundrels. They don't fucking care. Right? All right. We're moving right along though. Dude, we got our Katie Miller, dude. She's so gross. I'm sorry, dude. She is so gross. She is, dude. Grody. All right. So now we're going to I don't know if we'll get to the Trump Taylor Swift thing. We may not get to the Trump Taylor Swift thing tonight. We'll see. We're doing it right time-wise. We got to jump over to the Andrew Tate stuff, guys, because the Andrew Tate stuff is getting wonky. All right, his court date, Andrew Tate's court date is coming up on the 13th. That's Thursday. Okay, Thursday they're having their big rally, right? Thursday having a big fucking rally, and that is coming up. Dude, I can't wait to see what that rally looks like. But his big court date. Now, what I noticed today, guys, was that there was a very specific propaganda campaign that was taking place today. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this campaign. Okay? So let's just catch up here about Trump and Tate. We know that it's been very clear. Hold on, let me see here. It's been very clear that Trump is not going to intervene in the Tate case. Okay? Now, here, we're going to watch a couple clips here from Joe McBride. Here's Joe McBride. This is Tate's lawyer. Tate's fucking Sopranos lawyer. But we gotta unveil the whole narrative here because this is weird, guys. So what we had is this, okay?
President, thank you very much. Young, handsome guy. It's always nice to be young and handsome. Doesn't mean we have to like you. I don't like young, handsome men. Women.
I don't know what that clip was. I thought that fucking clip was something, but here we go. Here is Caroline Levitt.
Danny.
Thanks, Caroline. Is President Trump or the administration, do they have any plans to intervene in the extradition process for the Tate brothers?
No, we've already answered that question.
Okay, now the way she answers too, she is like, no, they're not getting involved. Nobody's getting involved. Now, here's where it gets weird, guys. They ask her about Trump intervening. Trump has said he's not going to intervene. Everyone has gone dark. Haba, everybody knows, even Richard Grenell, nobody in the Trump admin is stepping up to this. We do have this sideline of rumors with Baron Tate, and perhaps that woman in the UK. Is Baron Tate involved? Was there crypto? Was there some type of financial engagement? Was Baron involved in one of Tate's trafficking businesses? We haven't figured that out yet. However, Joe McBride, the Sopranos lawyer, went on a warpath about like Trump needs to intervene. Okay, so watch this clip.
We deserve to be able to live our lives free. We deserve to be able to live our lives without this communist, atheistic regime trying to change the fabric of our society and our soul. And it starts with President Trump, and it starts with Andrew and Tristan Tate. They are two warriors. They are two generals. And this is like Leonidas and Maximus, two of our greatest fighters standing in the arena. And what, we're just going to send them to the other side to be executed?
Dude, what the fuck, dude? Dude, Trump is a rapist. He's a crook, a money launderer, right? And a human trafficker with his modeling agency. This guy thinks like Tate, like they're Superman or some shit. Like, oh yeah, saving us from the communist regime. Really? Dude, Tate was a guy who beat up OnlyFans models and forced them to like do cam work in a fucking room in Romania, dude. He stole their passports. He's a smarmy, scummy, manipulative guy who literally enslaved women. And he should be in fucking prison.
It's unconscionable. This is a war of good versus evil. And this is precisely what he was elected for. I voted for him because I believed in my heart, and my family believed in our hearts, that when we prayed the rosary at home, that when we went to mass and offered up Holy Communion for him, that when we pray as a family, when we pray for the Pope and we pray for our president, that he's the right guy in there because God appointed him to be the head of this country to take on this battle of good versus evil at this time. And you don't betray your generals. You don't betray your warriors. Warriors on the battlefield, sometimes bad things happen on the battlefield, but these are still guys who are fighting for our cause. And you don't let them become political hostages to be taken to a foreign nation who hates us and who hates you to be executed simply because somebody said they did something 10 or 15 years ago or 5 years ago or made a bad tweet about somebody. It's bullshit. It can't happen. It should never happen.
Dude made a bad tweet about somebody. Bro, God put Trump in there, and now Tate and Tristan are the generals. He's trying to like turn this into some religious thing. The UK hates us. Like, bro, what is he talking about? Dude, but look at this shit. They're feeding this to their little acolytes. How fucking touched in the head do you have to be to buy this stuff? Now, it gets crazier though, guys. Hold on. I know you think it's off the rails, but just wait. Just wait and you see what's going on here.
And it's wrong. And it's wrong. Again, I think we have a strong case for them not to be extradited and for them to certainly get bail. But if it comes down to us having to appeal to the executive, that is what the appeal is going to be going to look like. It's going to be heartfelt, and it's going to be all encompassing of all the reasons why he's been elected and all the reasons why he should not ever extradite two citizens for free speech to some foreign country because some schmuck wearing a wig and some idiot who hates America with a funny accent says that they did something bad in 1812. Doesn't matter. That's not.
Dude, funny accent. Dude, who has a dumber accent than Andrew Tate? But bro, free speech. Dude, they're wanted for rape and human trafficking. He was trafficking a 15-year-old cam girl. Bro, these are like the dirtiest fucking guys. Okay? Like these guys, dude, this guy should be in the clink too.
Not how we do things here. If there's anybody in the world who can understand this intimately on the personal level, what it's like to be shackled and cuffed, or what it's like to be accused or shot at, or you have your life threatened all the time, it's him. It's him. You're in the office for this moment, for this time, and for this place right now. I believe in my heart of hearts at the end of the day that President Trump could never do something as un-American as this. Never. How could he? It would make no sense. Nothing is more important to protecting the rights of American citizens. And we cannot let them get shipped off to some damn English gulag because of free speech violations. We can't let that happen. That's not
what free speech violations. Dude, I want this guy in jail too, dude.
What we do. In my heart, I just don't believe that in his constitution as a man that he could ever participate in something so vile and something so anti-American. I can't see it.
All right, so there's a lot there, okay? There's a lot because on the one hand, it was a little like threatening, right? Like God put you in that position. You do not like fucking turn your back on your generals, right? Like, dude, generals, really? Like how much time do these guys spend together? Right? I mean, dude, it's excessive and crazy. Now, a bunch of clips have been unleashed today and in the last couple of days showing an Andrew Tate clip. Okay, look at this one. This one is weird. Now, I have not watched this clip yet, but from the looks of it, I can't tell if it's real or if it is an AI version of Tate. But this guy, this is one of these Tate accounts. There's a handful of accounts that are put out Tate information. There's a lot, but there's a handful that are just grinding it. You pray the lawyer represents him in London court. Let's go, Two Sugar. Dude. But so look at this shit. Now, I don't know if this is AI, okay, or if this is actually fucking right. It looks to me like it's an AI version of Andrew Tate. And so this is what's really weird here. Like, I don't know if this is a real clip. All right, let's watch it. But this was making the rounds on the internet today.
Andrew, shut up. If you don't say anything, this will all go away. Just wait for the election, wait for Trump to lose, wait for Kamala to win, and we'll let you off. Kamala herself admitted
it's real.
that I'm one of the people that fucked her campaign. I gotcha, bitch. I gotcha. Me. I'm the reason there's no girl boss president. Andrew Tate defeated feminism by himself. Don't think when I got out of jail and I was in house arrest, I wasn't told to shut up. Andrew, if you shut up, if you don't say anything, this will all go away. Just wait for the election, wait for Trump to lose, wait for Kamala to win, and we'll let you off. No, give me the BBC, give me Vice, give me CNN. Let me tell all these niggers they're fucking lying.
Jesus.
Let me tell them all. They raid my house again, drag me back to jail. Still don't shut up. Still fight
Jesus.
back. Still fuck you. They tried everything. Unfazed, last bullet, kept going viral. Kamala Harris's whole campaign fucking failed. She took herself and her shit laugh and her pussy back to irrelevance because of me. I did it. She admitted it in black and fucking white. I affected a presidential election. And all you niggers over.
Dude, Jesus. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, right? Dude, what is wrong with this guy? Like, yo, but like, look at that though, right? He is like, I won the election for Trump, right? Dude, first off, do you even remember like Andrew Tate? I don't remember Andrew Tate being a force during the electoral. Like, I remember him being on house arrest and being like facing prison in Romania, right? But bro, dude, look at him. He's like, you're the reason you are President Trump is because of me, Andrew Tate. Only me, top G. Oh, top ramen, right? What a fucking idiot. And mind you, he's crying in prison. Hold on. I mean, just let's put it in perspective. That guy who was screaming and yelling is now, first off, he blocked me because he's a wuss, but he's the one up here, right? That is like, you know, crying about fucking day 21 in shoe, punitive housing, right? Why am I here? Oh, why am I here? Oh. Yo, Andrew, what up, buddy? How you doing? Dude, first off, you need to stick to decaf there, buddy. All right. And secondly, I do have a message for you. All right. Kamala Harris wanted me to tell you, you're a bitch. She's like, fuck you, boss. She's like, you're going to be in prison. And guess what? She's still dancing. She's hanging up with Abdul Al-Sayed. All right. And they're fucking playing. How many years is Tate going to be chained to a radiator in prison with a big guy named Bubba fucking feeling up his inner thigh? Right? All right. Fuck you. Bye-bye. Fucking chicken shit. Dude, let's go. Look at him, though. What a fucking mental case. All right. So, to recap, Tate's extradition hearing is coming up. The Trump administration has said, we're not intervening. Nobody else is like connecting with him. Everyone else is like turning their backs on him. And he was obviously having meltdowns. He thinks he's the reason Trump is president, right? And then McBride here is like, Trump, you cannot turn your back on your generals. God put you there to save Andrew Tate. But so now, guys, today, Today was getting weird, okay? Because look at this. Today, what was making the rounds was this photograph, all right? Look at this shit right here. Look at this, okay? This is another one of these Trump accounts. There's like oodles of these. But look what it says. It says, breaking. The Tate's lawyer is currently at Mar-a-Lago, presumably meeting Trump or his team. This is a huge deal for the Tate case. And then it's got a picture of Joe McBride, right? The Trump lawyer at Mar-a-Lago, right? And guys, this is going all over the internet today. Tate's lawyer is meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. But no. Look at his face. Look at his face, guys. Do you notice something? Look at this. When I first saw that, I was like, is that Benjamin Button? This is Joe McBride, but it's way younger, dude. Way fucking younger. You see that? And then if you go to if you go to Joe McBride's Twitter, look at this. Right? You go to his Twitter. You find this? Right? He's posting it too, right? Mar-a-Lago Joe. Okay? He's posting it too. Starting this rumor, implying that, oh, he's talking to Trump. This is like, I don't know if they're trying to build some sort of energy, thinking if a whole bunch of people show support for this, Trump will see it online and Trump will start. But like, guys, dude, this is from 2022. Look at that shit. He recycled a photo from 2022. Trump is a gracious host. Mar-a-Lago is absolutely beautiful. Tonight was awesome. So Tate's lawyer was meeting with Trump, Mar-a-Lago, whatever, invited there in 2022. But look at what he did to the photo. He like dimmed it up because he knows he looks way younger. So they actually modified the photo to make it look like less contrasty. And then he reposted Mar-a-Lago Joe. And then everybody jumped on this and started saying, oh my God, Tate's lawyer is at Mar-a-Lago. And they're now spreading this whole thing, presumably trying to drum up some sort of internet traction. But now, guys, this didn't last long because everybody got in here debunking it and was like, I called him a fucking rapist defending piece of shit, right? Everybody else was getting in here and fucking piling this shit on. And there is, right? It's just a filter. No, dude, there are no filters. You know, I mean, maybe he put it on Twitter filter, but I mean, why would he add a filter on a photo he already had? But they have been absolutely fucking campaigning. Like the other thing look at this. He did this. You ready? So he posted this Mar-a-Lago Joe, right? With this old picture from 2022. As soon as I saw this, I was like, dude, this guy's way younger in this photo. So he posts this, but then the lawyer posted this. The lawyer then posted today, Trump thinks I'm great, free Andrew and Tristan Tate, and he's got a signed photo of him, signed, Joseph, you are great, thanks. But again, dude, this is old, okay? This is from years ago. But he is like, they're like astroturfing some sort of like Trump help or whatever. Now, I don't think this is going anywhere. I mean, honestly, there's just not a lot of support for Tate, right? Just to make it look to Tate like he's trying to get Trump help when he already knows he can. I mean, it could be that he's doing this for Tate. It could be, I was thinking that they were hoping if it went viral that Trump was helping Tate and a whole bunch of people were like excited and happy and that maybe it would influence Trump, because I think everybody knows that Trump looks at social media and is obsessed with how he's being perceived and what's popular on social media and how people are liking him or not liking him. So I don't know if he's trying to prove to Tate he's doing something or if he was hoping to create some sort of viral, like, good job Trump campaign that might then influence Trump in thinking about intervening in this. But from everything I've looked at, nobody will even give these guys the time of day, okay? Nobody in the Trump world, whether it's Don Jr., Alina Habba, fucking Richard Grenell, none of the Trump insiders will even pick up the phone from these guys. They won't even take the call. Like, they called Alina Habba, and Alina Habba was like, Who? Sorry. I'm sorry, the line's bad. Dude, right? I mean, but this, though, I mean, you saw him here. I mean, he's fucking pissed. Like, I mean, they're pissed, right? You think Andrew is evidencing now that he killed an underage girl or woman by strangulation? Yikes. I just thought this was really interesting that they were trying to sort of astroturf this. All right. They're trying to astroturf this, and they're making it so only certain accounts can reply. And dude, everyone though, look at everybody on here is like, dude, right? Is this a real picture? Right? It is. It looks real, but dude, it's leaving the fucking date out. Grok is astroturfing this shit too, dude. Right? It's all fake, but any of this shit is getting a lot of play. Right? To my knowledge, when I look at these things, these like astroturfed Tate things, like where is that one? It's this one. Like, dude, this thing doesn't even have 1,000 likes, right? I mean, it's not getting a lot of play, and everybody is calling them out. But so I don't know, but I know that Thursday is going to be big. Now, here's one thing though that I have thought about is I've thought about like what happens if Trump does get involved? Okay? What happens if Trump does get involved, right? Dude, all these AI videos are so weird, bro. They keep making AI videos. Dude, look at this shit, dude.
Andrew is on X posting about the conditions of the jail. How is he able to post these things?
Andrew was a master of meditation and chi. How he gets this message out there into the...
Dude, he's a master of meditation and chi. Like, ew, please, dude. Give me a fucking break, dude. Right? Dude, look at what Andrew Tate used to look like, guys. Look at him.
My name's Andrew Tate. I'm 24, and I'm representing the USA. It feels great to be part of 𝗙𝗎𝗄𝗎. I think it's a really good opportunity. It's good to see lots of different people from different countries and see all the different styles they bring with it. So I'm looking forward to the entire tournament.
I am dual nationality. I'm both English and I'm American. My dad is American and my mum is British. My dad was based in the UK for the Air Force. He was.
Dude, you know who he reminds me of, guys? Look at this, bro. Look at who this guy fucking actually looks like, dude. You ready? Dude, he literally looks like fucking... It's the same guy, dude. It's the same fucking guy. With like early male pattern baldness, a crazy like amount of like self-hatred and shame because of the hairline or being an awkward fucking look at it, dude. Same fucking dude, bro. It's like every guy that has a fucking can't make peace. I mean, you got to make peace with the shit, bro. You just got to make peace with the hairline. I'm telling you, there would be so much less violence in the world if these guys could just make peace with their hairline. Like, you don't have to be a cuck to your baldness. And you know, and this is what I talked about, though. Some kid asked about this today when I was playing Fortnite. And I'm telling you guys, a lot of guys with bald insecurity, they shave their heads. Okay, they shave their heads because, oh, I'm losing my hair, I'm going to shave my head. But you know what? They never deal with the underlying issue. And you can't just shave your head. You can't just shave your head. It does not make the insecurity go away. You have to deal with the underlying insecurity about that social programming, right? You have to deal with that. You can't shave your head into like feeling secure. It doesn't take it away. Even if you are a guy who has a bald thing and then you shave your head to avoid the bald thing, you are now a bald-headed guy with a bald thing. Even though you're presenting to the world like you don't have it, you still have it. And that's why you end up like this fucking fool, right? Right? That's why you end up like Andrew Tate screaming at the fucking camera, like calling people the N-word and shit because you've shaved your head, but you never dealt with the fact that you're still just a whiny fucking bald dude.
Dad was based in the UK for the Air Force. He was actually in the intelligence services. He was a spy. Nowadays, if the American government needs someone to translate, they can hire a Russian who speaks English. In the 80s, that was obviously off limits, so they'd take Americans and teach them Russian.
But you see how he was not the fucking crazy guy whatsoever. He was just a dude. Now, my thing, so how I did the bald thing, guys, because I had it. I had the high hairline. I had people then would sometimes try to single me out if there were abusive people in a friend group or adjacent to the friend group that would call you names, make fun of your receding hairlines in the 80s. Like, it didn't really happen in college. It happened with high school friends, right? After college and shit. Now, what I did was first thing I did was I grew it long. And then I tried having dreads, and I went through like a year and a half of that. And then after I tried the dreads, I shaved it all off, and I went completely bald. And then I saw that, oh shit, if I do lose it all, it's not bad. I look good bald. And then after that, I decided to look for a cool hairstyle. And so then I went on a several-year journey, like a 5-year journey of trying out any different kind of hairstyle I could figure out. And then eventually what happened was I met a hairstylist at Jerry's Deli, and we came up with the spike thing, and we started bleaching it, and that was in the late 90s. And so now I've been doing my hair like this for the better part of 30 years, right? But yeah, dude, you got to deal with that shit. Isn't that wild though, guys? Oh shit, dude. Fucking crazy. These guys, idiots. But I don't know, man. This stuff, some of this stuff in here seems like it feels like he's trying to threaten a little bit. You know, that was some of the vibe I was getting here, were indirect threats. And I'm not sure where that's going, right? I'm not sure where that's going. I don't think, considering the amount of heat that's on this case and the amount of public attention that's on this case, and unless Andrew Tate has some very big dirt on Donald Trump, I don't think Donald Trump is coming to rescue this, guys. You know, I don't think Trump is going to rescue these guys. But we shall see. Dyeing your hair ain't going to do you any favors preventing balding. Dude, I've been bleaching my hair and dyeing it for 30 years, man. And I'm still kicking, bro. Right? So, I don't know, boss. They told me that, like, dyeing it and shit would fry it. They did. They said it would. And so I was like, fuck it. Then I'm going to fry it. But I'm still kicking. Right? So I think it depends on how your body, right? Like some people it'll fry it and some people, I don't know. For me, I didn't care. I'm like, I'm going to have cool hair. And if it fries, it fries. Yeah, I made a video about the Rubio's kid. Dude, look at fucking Bannon though. Jesus, dude. Dude, look at Bannon, bro. Dude, he don't look so good, boss. Right? Look at him. Jesus, dude. Dude, Bannon looks like fucking shit, dude. He looks like he's been roofied. Yours started falling out after you died? Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's an uncommon occurrence. I've heard that people dyeing their hair, it's like super toxic for it. All right. Dude, I'm going to go make some videos, guys. We did not get to Trump and Taylor Swift because we went on that leftist rant, and we will fucking scope that shit out tomorrow. That one's not really an essential story, the Trump and Taylor Swift. I just think it's pretty funny that basically like Trump used some of her music and he was like thumbing his nose at her, and then she copy struck him and got it all taken away. Dude, my hair isn't dyed, it's bleached. No, my hair is bleached, but I've dyed it like 100 times. But bleaching is worse than the dye. I mean, you have to bleach it if you want it to accept any dye, unless you're like a towhead, right? You have to bleach, right? You can't do a bright color without bleaching. I think somebody's fucking getting bounced here. Hold on. All right. Yeah, someone's definitely getting bounced. Hold on. There we go. All right, now we're better. You only seen Bruce Willis. He looks better without hair. Yeah. Dude, I love my hair, boss. You didn't bleach in long enough, your hair turned orange, then pink when you added the red. Yeah, so Ponderous, the thing about it is if you, I'm going to tell you right now. So if you are dyeing your hair, it always goes to orange. Like you can't go past the orange in one step. So if you have dark hair and you want to dye your hair red, you have to bleach your hair to orange, and then you have to wait 2 days, and then you bleach your hair again to white, and like a yellow white, and then you do the red. Okay? And that's really important because that orange, like the first time you bleach, it only does like a half lift. Like this is 2 bleachings. The first time I bleached, it was just orange, like peroxide orange, right? And then you bleach it again and you get it white, and then you put the color in and it's like, bam, dude. Oh shit, it is bam. It is good shit. Right now, if you're like light brown hair, you can probably do 1 bleaching. Do I bleach it myself? I do. I've always done it myself. Like now, Jenny does it. But before, what I would do is I would always mix it. And you got to make sure you mix it in a ceramic bowl. Don't use fucking metal bowls. It's got to be a ceramic dish. But I use 30 volume developer and then I use the bleach powder, okay? And I make it like thick, a little bit on the thick side, not chunky. You want to get all the chunks out, but I do it a little bit on the cake frosting sort of thickness as opposed to like soup, right? I do it thicker. And then what I would do is if I do it myself, I will comb it on with the little brush, and then I put it in my hands, right? I use my hands. You can use gloves if your hands are sensitive to that. But I would then put the bleach in my hands and I scrub it through all the way to the roots if I'm doing it myself, like I'm shampooing my head, okay? And I get it in there, gooped on, and then I just fucking put it all the way through like I'm shampooing my head. And then it will burn the shit out of your scalp, okay? Then I clean up my hands, and then I take a plastic shopping bag from like Safeway or whatever, you know, the plastic handled shopping bags. And I put one of those on it, okay? I put a plastic shopping bag on to limit the amount of air that gets in there. And I leave that on for, you know, like the first time I'll do it for about an hour to get to the yellow. But then if I'm bleaching it from yellow to white, I just put it on the fucking plastic bag for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes if it's a second bleaching. Now, if you're doing color, once you're bleached, then you do the color. The color has to be done differently because you can't shampoo it on or it'll be all over your head, right? You'll have to fucking like be a little gentler, and then you'll have to wipe it off your scalp and shit so you don't have a bunch of red lines. But then the color, I also would do the plastic bag. But when I'm coloring, if I'm going pink or turquoise or red, after I do the plastic, heat it with a blow dryer on hot. And it gets hot because of the bag, like the plastic bag gets hot. But I will cook that shit for like 20 minutes on high heat until my head is just cooked. And then I leave it in for about 40 minutes, right? Yeah, I know the petroleum jelly on exposed scalp, but I never do that. I never had the patience for that. So I would just, you know, wing it because I'm not putting petroleum jelly on there. That's just too much stuff. But for the color, you want it to be the lightest bleach you can, and then you want to cook it when you put in color. If you do the Manic Panic and you want it to really set and really look crazy, you have to cook it in a plastic bag with the hair dryer, right? That's how you scorch your scalp. Oh shit. Yeah, see, now my body just takes to this really well, right? Do I use dye with no ammonia? I don't know. I use BW. I always use BW. The dye I use is Manic Panic. So I always use Manic Panic color, and then I use BW bleach and 30 volume developer. And I've been doing that for, 30 years, right? 30 years I've been doing that with that setup. But dude, I still have hair. And you know what's crazy too is I have really soft hands, guys, which is wild. Like Jenny is always like, oh my God, you have the softest hands. I don't know why I have such soft hands, because I use bleach like when dyeing my hair for like 2 decades. And when I worked in bars, you have a bleach bucket. I used to pour so much bleach in there because I like to really clean the shit out of the bar. And I would use the craziest, gnarliest bleach bucket with my hands, tending bar. But guys, my hands are so soft. It's weird. I think like my skin likes bleach or something. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't recommend it, but it works for me. Dude, this is probably why I'm so mental. But it's about the bleach, guys. Let's go. Oh shit. But yeah, I use Manic Panic. I think Manic Panic is pretty natural, right? All right. Video time, baby. Admit I took bleach during COVID. I did not, guys. During COVID, During COVID, I shoved 10 pounds of ivermectin right up my ass during COVID. You fried your hair bleaching it, it broke off and it was awful. Oh, Anna, that sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's terrible, right? Like from ammonia-free dye. I don't know what ammonia, I've never had ammonia. I don't know. Let me see. So yeah, no, so B&W is chlorine bleach, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you would do that would have ammonia, right? Like where would you get ammonia? I don't know what that's even from, right? Cuz chlorine bleach, and you wouldn't want to mix bleach and ammonia cuz that shit'll explode, right? So I don't even know where ammonia, like, oh, is it box dye? Oh, is that the shit from like, those boxes of like hair color? Because Manic Panic is like, I believe is like organic. Okay. So yeah, here's the shit. You ready? So Manic Panic has this. It has synthetic beeswax, cetyl alcohol, right? Some hops, some fucking flour extract, acetic acid, methylparaben, propylene glycol, of course, right? And then colorants, right? And so there is, Manic Panic is a water, fatty alcohols, waxes, plant extracts, preservatives, and colorants. So it is vegan and cruelty-free. All right, let's go, baby. And it uses beeswax for the texture. So there you go. And then for dye, like I always use the same dye, or the same powder. I use this, right? For my bleach, I always use one kind, dude. BW2, Clairol. Right? This shit. Hold on, I'm going to show you. I got you, boss. This stuff right there. Right? I've been using the same shit for ages. Let's go. That's it. BW2. Right? Yeah, I feel like ammonia, that shit, that's crazy. That's fucked up. Right? But I use Clairol. I buy it in the bucket. Buy it in a bucket. And I use the same shit. Clairol BW2. I've been using it for ages. Although the container looks different now. They just did a graphic upgrade. Right? And then I use 30 volume developer. 30 volume liquid like cream developer and powder bleach. 1.5 scoops Clairol BW2, baby. And then I mix it though by eye. Like I measure out, like I always use 1.5 scoops of the powder and then the scooper that comes with it. But then I eyeball the amount of developer, right? I eyeball the amount of developer to get fucking, right? Because you gotta, like the thickness varies, you know? The thickness of the cream. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go, boss. All right, you ready? Time for me to bounce. Frosting, baby. Cake frosting. Dude, it's a little bit towards the cake frosting. I like that shit thick, right? Now, I have really thin hair, though. So I think it depends on your hair, right? The moral of the story is bleaching and dyeing your hair is a lot of maintenance, a big commitment. Potentially, you can lose your hair. Yes, everything. Now, guys, they say, and this is recommended, is if you are thinking about bleaching your hair, take just a little bit of your hair and do it on just a little bit as a test and see how your skin reacts and see how your hair reacts. And that's actually really good advice, to take just a little piece of your hair on the bottom here and close by and just put a little bleach on there and leave it on there for a little bit and do the bleaching process and see, did it irritate your skin? Because maybe you need 20 volume developer instead of 30. And maybe that bleach is like not copacetic with your skin, right? And so it does burn. My shit, though, when I do it, my scalp burns like a motherfucker. But I have a particular sort of renegade, aggressive way of going through life. And if my hair were to burn and fall out, I wouldn't fucking complain about it. I would be like, all right, I guess we're going to be bald for now. You know what I'm saying? I sort of like pile drive through life. Right? So I think it's good. I think you should be careful and fucking, I think you should be careful and tender with how you treat your hair. Do not use my methodology, okay? Do not. Like, my methodology works for me, but that does not mean it'll work for you. I'm a very, like, rip holes in all my pants very fast kind of liver, right? I live hard, okay? I do. I live hard, and I play really hard, and like, I destroy my clothes, and I destroy the things I use. My back scratchers break, right? Like, the shit I buy, I have to rebuy because I live very aggressively and hard. I'm not like, it's weird. Jenny is like very gentle and measured, and I am very like pound in there kind of deal. And it's a choice, and it has ramifications that, like, sometimes I buy things and they don't last very long. And sometimes, like, the shit I use, like dies really quick or breaks really fast. But then I buy new ones because I don't know. I like living with a little bit of an aggro thing, you know? Let's go. Heavy-handed? Yeah, I'm just very forceful in nature. You know, I'm like a little bit of a tornado. And it took me a while, though, to sort of like come to terms with that, you know, which is weird, though. You ready? But look at this, guys. I don't use a case for my iPhone, though. Isn't that crazy? After everything I told you, how I live like a maniac, I break shit, I fucking like knock shit over. Every plate I set down will be halfway off the table. But my iPhone, I never put a case on it because I think it looks and feels better without a case. So the one thing I'm delicate with is mostly, I drop it sometimes, but I am mostly delicate with my iPhone. I do like to live dangerously, dude. But they're so pretty when there's no case. They're so beautiful. I love them. They're so gorgeous. So yeah, I live dangerously, guys. Dude, live dangerously, baby. Oh, yeah. I don't like the way cases feel, right? I don't like the way they feel, guys. They're too bulky. I like the sleek. I like to feel hand on titanium. You know what I'm saying? I like to feel hand on titanium. Right? Let's go. Dude, let's go, baby. Dude, I had an OtterBox for a while. But Do I have lens protection for the? Nope. I have nothing. There's no protection on there, dude. My shit is just hands on, dude. Raw dog. I like to raw dog my phone, guys. No protection. Dude, let's go. Oh, raw dog. Dude, let's go. I like to feel it. Titanium on skin, baby. Right now, it's time to dance. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, I think... Dude, tonight was fun. Tonight was fun, baby. Let's go. Aggro. Dude, we had an aggro beginning. Dude, we did. We had an aggro beginning. Dude, I went off on Joe Biden. I'm sorry to those of you who love Joe Biden. I know some people are going to leave me. I'm evolving. I'm moving left. Sorry, guys. The Democratic Party fucked up since Zoran Mamdani. Now I go left, dude. Dude, they fucking played their hand, boss. No more of this Middle East war machine, bro. We're going to break this shit out. And we're either going to force the party to fucking evolve or we're going to blow it up. Right? Metaphorically, of course. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, dude, I don't want Joe Biden to suffer with cancer, though. I hope he has a peaceable exit, you know? But no more Bidens. No more Bidens. No more. No more.
Choices. I got a lot of ways that I can go. I hear a lot of voices. They have a lot to say, but I've known. Been here before. Yeah, I do recognize the title. There's marble floor, and I don't need my eyes to see what lies behind that wooden door. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. Things will turn out okay. Everything lately, I'm feeling so familiar. Coming on greatly, it's feeling like a million. I've been here before, yeah, I do recognize the title. This marble floor, and I don't need my eyes to see what lies behind that wooden door. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. Things will turn out okay. I'm coming up slowly. This feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy. An notion that I will make it out somehow. A little deja vu, I'm gonna get it right. A little time with you, and I can see it light. A little
Wow. Here we go. Do you need anything like I need you? Soho. Do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need you? Soho. Do you need anything like I need you? Yo. All right, guys. Thank you again for hanging out. We love to see you, boss. 2 more streams, Sunday and Monday, and then I'm gonna be gone for the rest of the week. I will stream at some point from New York City. I don't know what that's gonna look like. We're gonna be playing it by ear. It will likely be around the same time. I will keep you posted in Discord. You can join that link down in the description. All right, I'm gonna go. Love you. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. You know the deal, baby. Stay fucking radiant.
Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they say. Do